Good morning and welcome to Supersport Park in Centurion, where Cricket South Africa YouTube channel brings you the 6-gun grill Garden Route Badgers versus the Fidelity Titans in the CSA Women's T20 Cup. And a very exciting game yesterday where the SWD Badgers, the 6-gun grill Badgers, beat the Fidelity Titans by 2 wickets. In an exciting finish, a low-scoring game, where the Titans were bowled out for 131, and with only 2 wickets to spare, the Badgers were able to reach the target. So a very exciting game, and we're looking for something as exciting today, and from my point of view, potentially a different result. But we have to remain impartial, don't we? I'm Jenna Sill, and with me I'm joined by Takalani.
Good morning, Jenna. Good morning to all the viewers, wherever you are. It's a beautiful day here in Centurion Supersport Park, and it's a big match for the Titans. They haven't started so well in this T20 campaign this season. They have lost to the same side, the Badgers, and also to the Lions in the previous week. So definitely today you expect the Titans to do well.
Starting with the ball from the West Lane end here at Supersport Park, Masabata Class, returning from Protea duty. She made her debut for the Titans yesterday in the 50-over game, and she starts off well here at Supersport Park with a dot ball on her first ball.
Yeah, it was a good delivery from Class. I think that ball kept low a little bit, and she will be looking maybe to bowl wicket to wicket if the pitch is misbehaving just like that earlier on.
Out in the middle, we have Asake Nyavane and Tasman Brits. Both batters came out yesterday really hard against the Titans. A wonderful ball there by Masabata Class. And that's that wicket-to-wicket kind of delivery that you were just talking about, Takalani.
Yeah, you have to bowl straight in this pitch still earlier on. It's a hot day here in Supersport Park. Later on, you expect maybe the pitch to start to have that consistent bounce because the sun will be baking it throughout the day. But earlier on like this, you bowl first, bowl wicket to wicket.
Yeah, 100% agree, and that's what worked for the Badgers yesterday. As they're running for a quick single, Nyavane needs to sprint through, but makes it in time. The fielder at square leg, Mona Lisa Lechodi, bowled really well yesterday, and she started the day off nicely here today as well with that decent piece of fielding.
Yeah, you only have one slip for Class there, and you've got backward point and third man, cover, extra cover, and mid-off. That's the fielders on the offside.
Class to Brits, driven hard through the covers, finds a gap, and a little bit of a chase by Elizabeth Marks at mid-off, but the ball beats her to the boundary for 4, and that will get Tasman Brits off the mark of her first ball that she's faced. Just 2 balls left in the over, and 5 from it so far.
Yeah, good shot there by Tasman Brits. Plays it well on the offside, and it rolls to the boundary for 4. We spoke about the packed offside field, and she managed to beat that so well with a good timing, good shot, and the ball rolls to the boundary. Good start here by the Badgers.
Or 2 straight to Brits, and she just flicks this off her pad and finds the vacant mid-wicket boundary. She hit that really hard, timed very well. We saw her get off to a similar start yesterday, where she hit a 4 and a 6 off Masabata Class in the first over. And then in Class's second over, she came back and actually took Tasman Brits' wicket, caught in the slips by Annika Bosch. So both of them, I think it's kind of like an ego game, who's going to get who first. And yesterday, Masabata Class came on top, and we'll see what happens today.
Yeah, good shot there by Brits, an experienced campaigner in our domestic cricket, on the leg side this time for 4.
Last ball of the over, it's full outside the off stump and driven, but not timed well, and Gandhi Jafta at cover makes no mistake picking that ball up and passing it out to the captain for the next over, and that brings us to the end of the first over. 9 from it. A little bit expensive to start, not the way the Fidelity Titans would have hoped to. They would have been searching for a wicket early on in the first over with their strike bowler. But Elizabeth Marks from the Henops River end, she bowled really nicely yesterday. Her figures were 6 overs, no wickets for 28 runs, so it was nice and economical. The third best economy out of everyone yesterday. She'll be bowling to Asake Nyavane, who yesterday played really well. She got 23 off 18, and she was unfortunately run out in a miscommunication run out. And, I think she would have gone on to score a really nice big potentially score, potentially getting a half century as she was halfway there. So really exciting to see what she can do today.
Yeah, Asaka Nyovane scored 54 against the same side when they were playing in Odds Warren, and then I think she will be looking to replicate the performance she produced against the same team in Odds Warren the last time they won on Super Over.
Marks to Nyovane. She guides it past the slip fielder, Mona Lisa Legodi at third man, covering a lot of ground, and she gets it in really well. The Badgers only getting a single on that occasion, but well timed and well placed by Asaka Nyovane, as she just guided it really nicely along the ground past Annika Bosch at 1.5 slip.
Yeah, she was looking for the third boundary there, and she just plays it. Didn't hit it, just plays it. But unfortunately, from her point of view, didn't go to the boundary. But it shows she's a quality batter. She can play her shots.
Yeah, it really does, and I think her role in this duo at the crease at the moment would be, if there's a bad ball, to obviously try and make maximum runs off of it, but to try and get Tasman Brits on strike as much as possible. As she goes hard outside the off stump, and that'll race away to the longer boundary, the longer square boundary, to the cover. Simone Lawrence gives chase, but is unsuccessful, and the ball beats her to the rope.
Yeah.
4 more runs to Tasman Brits.
Yeah, again, Tasman Brits showing her quality here. This time on the offside, big backward point and cover to the boundary for 4. This is the good start. Like you were talking about the 2 roles of the 2 ladies, Nyovane and Brits. Brits will be looking to score boundaries, while Nyovane will be looking to rotate the strikes and keep the scoreboard ticking.
Oh, hit hard down the ground. Tasman Brits is coming back from yesterday with vengeance, as every ball that she's faced so far has gone for a boundary. And that was a wonderful cricket shot, just too full. Now, in the arc there, Elizabeth Marks just needs to pull the length back a little bit and make Tasman Brits a bit unsure.
Yeah, this time around she goes straight. She's showing her quality because she's playing all around the wicket. We saw a good shot on the leg side. The previous shot was on the offside. This one down the ground for a 4. That's a good start from the Badgers and Brits. She's showing her quality today.
Oh, too wide this time, and she throws hands. It's a little bit airborne, and Gandhi Jafta takes a big dive to her left, but is unable to get hands to that. Elizabeth Marks just looking like she is definitely at the bottom of the food chain here, as Tasman Brits is really attacking.
Yeah, again, we spoke about her role, we spoke about her quality, and it's been shown here today, beating the fielders on the offside. 2 fielders who are very close to each other, but she's able to beat those fielders with ease, and the ball rolled to the boundary for 4. Beautiful shot, good start by the Badgers.
She goes hard again, beating the fielders on the offside once again. Robin Searle having no luck there. The ball was just hit too hard and too cleanly as it raced past her right leg. And that goes for another 4. Tasman Brits is on fire.
Yeah, extra cover was a bit close there, maybe expecting a catch, but she managed to beat that position there and mid off also. And once again, it's a boundary. Good start from Tasman Brits.
Yeah, there's still 1 ball left in the over. Elizabeth Marks struggling quite a lot. Just 5 balls so far and 17 runs gone from those 5. They're taking the slip fielder out and putting Annika Bosch as an extra player in the cover region. Elizabeth Marks needs to bowl outside the off stump here as the field is set for her. Third man is on the boundary as well as long on. 4 fielders in the cover. She goes straighter. That's a much better length there from Elizabeth Marks. That's the one where you don't give Tasman Brits enough room to free the arms.
Yeah, we spoke about wicket to wicket earlier on. In this pitch, you have to bowl straight. Still early on in the day, and with Tasman Brits in such a great form, you don't have to give any width. You have to try and bowl wicket to wicket, and that was a very good delivery there to end the over.
Yeah, difficult over there from Elizabeth Marks. She is a quality player and she has been playing senior provincial cricket for a long period of time. So she will understand that sometimes the batter comes out on top. And her first over is just 6 balls. She can come back from that. But perhaps a break to settle the nerves and kind of have a little breath in between overs before she comes back for another spell. We see Masabata class coming back again from the West Lane end. This time she goes straighter and goes down the leg side. I think it made contact with the pad as it wasn't called wide. .26 for none after 2.1. Elizabeth Marks having a little bit of a terrible start, to say the least. Tasman Brits is looking really strong out here, but Asake Nyovane on strike now. It's outside the off stump. Very good fielding by Simone Lawrence at point as she just did a dive and a roll to prevent that single from being taken.
Yeah, once again, the Titans maintaining 6-3 field. You've got square leg, mid wicket, and mid on the leg side. One slip, third man, backward point, cover, extra cover, and mid off on the offside for class.
Still a slip in place, swing and a miss, goes with a flat bat shot, and we didn't see that shot being very successful yesterday. Mika Derrida tried to play it for many balls with very little success yesterday, and I think on this pitch with the difference in bounce,
yes,
it's a little bit too paced and definitely doesn't bounce the same every single ball. I think it is important for the batters to try and go straight bat as much as possible. Guided out, but well fielded by Simone Lawrence at backward point, and she did well to cut that one off.
Yeah, I think Nyovane mustn't try to hit the ball too hard with the uneven bounce. It's very difficult. She just have to play the kind of shot like she did the previous ball. Just plays it where there is a gap. You spoke about her role on the side. Try rotate the strike and give Tasman Brits, who looks like she's on top form, more of the strike, and then the Badgers will be able to score some runs with quick ease.
And that scoring option that we just saw of the previous ball has been plugged. Slip has moved to gully and third man has moved a bit straighter. And that's exactly what happens as Asake Nyovane guides that out. But Annika Bosch at gully just puts her hand out. She doesn't even have to move her feet. So well-placed fielding position there.
Yeah, good captaincy there by Robin Sill. Plugging the gap where Nyovane is looking to score easy singles. And make sure, because she's not scoring any boundary, if she will be the one who's facing more deliveries, I think the Titans will be on top, put her under pressure, and then Tasman Brits also will start to feel some pressure.
One ball left in the over. Titans are looking to give her a single, but she's unable to get one as Elizabeth Marks does the fielding at mid-off. And they did change the field a little bit. They put sweeper out on the offside and brought square leg up to try and get Nyovane to get that single, as you said, Takalani, to try and get her on strike for the next over.
Yep.
Fortunately, that didn't work for the Titans. And they'll have to try and give Tasman Brits one of the first ball of this over so that she doesn't go too hard at the bowler who's about to bowl.
Yeah, the Titans just have to try and frustrate Tasman Brits with limited strike as possible, give Nyovane most of the ball, and then by then maybe they will try to play a rest shot and then they can get out, because I don't see where the wicket will come from if they don't put the batters under pressure early on.
Yeah, 100%. And we do see a bowling change here. Paulina Mashishi from the Henops River end. She bowls off spin. She's really consistent. She flights the ball quite a bit and plays around with her pace and the flight of her delivery. That's why she's very dangerous. She has been very dangerous in the past for the Titans as she goes to Tasman Brits. Flights it up, and that's well bowled as it's a dot ball. Dot balls in the game of T20, so important. Uses her feet and goes straight over the top. There is someone at long on, but that goes all the way over the rope. 6 runs to Tasman Brits. Paulina Mashishi just tossing it up a little bit too much, and Tasman Brits using her feet to get to the pitch of the delivery there and making maximum out of that opportunity.
Yeah, good shot, Tasman Brits. If she sees any flight, her eyes will lit up, and that's exactly what happens there. She hit it for 6.
Oh, well bowled in the block hole there by Paulina Mashishi, and it's just played out too long on for a single. And that puts Tasman Brits off strike, which I think is what the Titans definitely want, as the Saka Nyovane not scoring at such a high run rate as Tasman Brits is. Field stays the same, cow corner out as well as long on. Mid off, extra cover, point, 45 in square leg as well as a mid wicket. And this goes straight to Captain Searle at mid wicket. That's well bowled there by Paulina Mashishi. She needs to build one more dot here and then allow Asake Nyovane to get a single to put her on strike for the new over. Or she goes wide, and they'll go through for a single off that wide delivery. So 2 wides there from Mashishi, and that's not going to be what she was looking to achieve there.
Yeah, well, let's see if Mashishi will be able to come back bowling to Brits.
Uses the feet again and goes straight. That fielder at long on, Catherine Pryor, makes a big effort there, big dive to her right, but is unable to stop that ball. It was hit like a bullet.
Yeah, it was hit hard. Good shot by Tasman Brits. She looks like she's in good touch today, and she's not going to take any singles. Every opportunity she's able to score boundaries, she's doing that with ease. And Mashishi has already considered 6 and a 4 in this over, plus the few wides. I think she'll be in trouble here.
The dot here is crucial for Mashishi to get. She goes down the leg side, and it's swept away around the corner by Brits. That goes for 4, and definitely not according to plan. However, it does leave Asake Nyovane on strike for the over from the West Lane end, which is not a bad thing. That's the end of the 4th over, 43 for none, and the Titans really struggling to restrict the boundaries, especially by Tasman Brits.
Yeah, good start here by the Badgers. 43 for no loss. Tasman Brits doing most of the scoring. Nyovane just rotating the strike and give Brits an opportunity to score boundaries. I think they will be happy with this, with how this partnership has unfolded this morning. Try and put the Titans, Robin Sill and their team under a lot of pressure early on, more especially in the power play.
Yeah, just 2 overs left in the power play, and then the Titans are allowed to put 4 players out on the boundary as Masabata Class comes into Asake Nyovane, and it's driven hard, but mid-off Elizabeth marks, making no mistake there. She collects that one for no run. The Titans really need to keep their morale up. I think it's so important that when a batter is attacking you the way that Tasman Brits is now, is to keep backing each other and stay lively in the field, because anything can happen. And as good as she is and as clean as she is hitting the ball, there's always an opportunity for them, if she mishits it or gets a little bit of a top edge, that there's always chance for a wicket. As Asake Nyovane struggling a little bit to get to the other end, as she dots down another one.
Yeah, a lot of clapping and chatting from the Titans team here today. Even the players on the dugout are really supporting their fielding side, and it's good to see that they've got some energy earlier on here.
Casting third ball of her over into the block hole, and Catherine Pryor at mid-wicket doing the fielding work there as she dots it down again. I think they're bowling really well to a plan here, especially to Nyovane. Obviously, Tasman Brits coming out on top when she's on strike. They are being able to keep Asake Nyovane quite quiet. As she's trying to hit the ball a little bit too hard. We see that's
the issue, yes. And we spoke about it earlier, that she doesn't have to try to hit the ball too hard. She just have to try and place it in the gaps. Take a single, allow Tasman Brits to face most of the strike, because she's been doing most of the scoring and she's the one who's threatening the Titans bowling.
Yeah, 100%. 2 balls left in the over. Class goes, and this time 2 straight. Asaka Niavane finding the boundary at mid-wicket, and just 2 straight. Class is bowling so well outside that off stump and forcing Niavane just to play through the ball, and it was working for 4 balls. And then that 5th one just a little bit too loose, and Niavane not missing out at all on that opportunity.
Yeah, trying to overcompensate is Class there, but Niavane, what a shot on the leg side through mid-wicket for 4.
1 ball left in the over, and they have sweeper out on the offside as well as 3rd man. The gully is in place, and they'll be looking to give Niavane a single. Goes outside the off stump. Is a catch. Simone Lawrence at point. A big dive to the left, and safe hands by the keeper. She is a keeper even though she doesn't keep for this Fidelity Titans team. And wonderful athlete there. Safe hands, and that's the end of Asake Niavane, as she scored a couple of runs there. 6 runs.
Yeah, we spoke about her not trying to hit the ball too hard, and I think she tried to hit that one too hard. Didn't time it, and then it goes straight to Simone Lawrence at backward point, and the Titans got their first wicket. But I think they would have loved maybe to get Tasman Brits early on, because she is the one who was doing most of the scoring.
Yeah, this brings a little bit of a conundrum into the crease. Anne-Marie Dirksen, we know that she's good. She can hit the ball long. She presents a really nice full face of the bat to the ball. Yesterday she went out for a duck. She faced 8 balls, and then she went out LBW to Masabata Class. But she will have a moment to breathe on the other end, as Tasman Brits is on strike for the last over of the power play. And I think it's important to bowl dot balls to Anne-Marie Dirksen as much as possible, because she will get frustrated and try and do something. She's coming back out of injury from the National Academy. She broke her finger. We saw her yesterday fielding with a finger brace on her right hand. So she is potentially in a little bit of pain, and it is important that the Titans bowlers put pain in the mind as well by putting her under pressure and bowling dot balls.
Yeah, the Titans will be looking to do that. Robin Sill is an experienced campaigner. She's aware of what Anne-Marie Dixon can do, what Tasman Brits can do, and she's got a motivated Titan side this morning. We spoke about a lot of chatting, and they just got a wicket, and I think they will be buzzing on the field right now to try and get another wicket and put the Badgers under some serious pressure.
Paulina Mashishi in again, this time too short and wide, allowing Tasman Brits to rock back onto the back foot. Gandhi Jafta at cover puts a big dive into her right, but the ball beats her and races to the boundary for 4. Not the best start here in this over from Paulina Mashishi.
Yeah, we spoke about gaps and transmit Brits, proving that if you place the ball correctly in the right gap, you can score boundaries. On that delivery, she rocked back a little bit, plays it well on the offside, and it rose to the boundary for 4. What a shot there.
Just finding the gap. I think it's difficult at the moment for the Titans to set the field with only 2 out. A very good stop by Catherine Pryor at mid-wicket. A little bit of a fumble as the ball rolls out, but that's what they want. They want Tasman Brits to get to the other end so that she's off strike. Anne-Marie Dirksen will face her first ball now from Paulina Mashishi. And cow corner and long on stay out on the boundary. Still have mid-wicket in the ring, 5 or so meters in the ring, as well as extra cover in a semi-catching position. The rest of the field is on the inner ring.
Yeah, an opportunity here for Paulina Mashishi to block one end where Anne-Marie Dirksen will be batting. See if they can frustrate Tasman Brits.
Oh, and that's what she does.
Yeah.
She bowls that dot ball, and I think those dot ball deliveries here are so crucial to Anne-Marie Dirksen. She's not in the best form as she is coming back from that injury, as I said a little bit earlier. Still 3 balls left in the over, and she dots it out to mid-off again. This is good bowling here from Mashishi.
Yeah, very good bowling, putting Anne-Marie Dirksen under pressure early on.
She goes again, fields off her own bowling, and the ball does bubble off to the mid-on region. She gets through for a single, which will put Tasman Brits on strike for the last ball of the over. And if Paulina Mashishi here can bowl one more dot ball to Tasman Brits, I think that's what they're searching for. Tasman Brits already on 44, just 15 deliveries, the strike rate of almost 300. So it's really important. Mid-wicket comes out, extra player into the covers, looking to bowl outside the off stump. She does just that, and that's a dot ball for Paulina Mashishi. It's a little bit of an appeal from Robin Saw, as it was a little bit on the up, but yeah, nothing from it. It's a dot ball, that's what they would have wanted, which puts Anri Dirksen on strike for the next over. And that's the end of the power play. 53 runs from it and 1 wicket for the Fidelity Titans, that of Asake Niovane, caught by Simone Lawrence and bowled by Masabata Class.
Yeah, good start by the Badgers. We hear a lot of chatting and clapping from the Titan side. They are a motivated side here today, looking to put the Badgers under a lot of pressure. They will want to have their first W after losing to the same side through a super over, and also losing to the Lions by 7 wickets. They will love to have a win here today and keep the points on the board.
Yeah, it's like a chess match out here, as lots of fielders are moving in and out for the different batters. As Mona Lisa Lechodi into the attack from the West Lane end. She bowled really well yesterday, 5 overs, 2 wickets for 13 runs at an economy of 2.6. So she really did bring the run rate down.
Yeah, against the same side, she bowled 2 overs, didn't get any wicket, but she conceded 17 runs at a rate of 8.5 to the over the last time the Badgers and the Titans met in Warren.
Yeah, this will be exciting. We have fine leg quite square on the boundary. Gandhi Jafta is there, Masabata Class at cow corner, Paulina Mashishi at long off, and Annika Bosch at the cover sweeper position. This is played out into the covers. Simone Lawrence covering ground, and Annie Dirksen will get the single, which puts her experienced batter on strike.
Yeah, good batting there by Annie Dirksen. First ball of the over, just rotate the strike, give the opportunity to Tasman Brits to face most of the deliveries, and the Badgers will be happy with this.
Oh, a little bit of a top edge, leading edge there by Brits as it goes up into the air, but falls in no man's land in the mid-on region. As Annie Dirksen just drops her bat on her way out to run that single. Tasman Brits just passing it back to her. That's very well bowled there by Mona Lisa Lechodi. Putting doubt in the batter's mind, bowling a length where they can't free their arms too freely. Oh, well bowled. This crashes into the pads of Dirksen. There's a big appeal, but umpire having none of it.
Yeah, we spoke about wicket to wicket. That's the delivery you will be looking to bowl early on in this pitch. Ask the batters questions, and that's exactly what happened there. But unfortunately, the umpire was not really interested in that appeal from the Titans.
Mona Lisa bowling really well so far this over. She's halfway through her over, and she'll be looking for a couple more dots here. She goes again straight, bowling quite wicket to wicket with a little bit of seam in, and Dirksen gets a single out to Mashishi at long on.
Yeah, this is a good bowling from Lechodi. She hasn't considered a boundary yet, putting the 2 batters under pressure early on in her spell. And let's see if she can finish strongly here.
Oh, she does. Tasman Brits trying to hit that a little bit too hard, and she finds the inside half of the bat. It goes out to that backwards square leg region. Gandhi Jafta allowing them just a single from that ball. And last ball of the over, Mona Lisa Lechodi looking to find a dot here to Anri Dirksen, or even a single, which will put her on strike again for the next over. Oh, and she does just that. Very well bowled over there by Mona Lisa Lechodi. as she was part of the CSA under-19 team that played in the under-19 World Cup. She didn't play any of the games, but she must have gotten a lot of experience from that. And that's the end of the 7th over, 57 for 1. And we're going to have a little bit of a commentary change as Pavan will join me. Good morning, Pavan. How are you?
Thanks so much, Jenna. I'm doing great, but obviously not as great as Tasman Brits has been doing in the power play. Flurry of boundaries all through, all round the wicket as well. I remember us having a discussion about what kind of wicket we were going to have today, considering how low the scoring was in the 50 over match yesterday. But that doesn't seem to be the case today. It could be a batter's day today.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe the Tasman Brits day rather than a batter's day, as Paulina Mashishi continues from the Hinnops River end, and that's a really well placed delivery, not giving Brits any room to move her arms, just playing that out too long on for a single.
Yes, I think Titans possibly have straightened the line a little bit. During that power play, there were some deliveries either a little bit too wide, some a little bit too far down the leg side, and that enabled a lot of that shot making that we saw from Brits.
Yeah, definitely, and it is, as I said a little bit earlier, like a chess match out there as players are coming in and out for the two different batters. At the moment we have cow corner and long on out only. Packed offside field with 45, and Anri Dirksen feeling frustrated with herself that she can't get that one away as she plays it out to the captain Robin still at mid-wicket. A good start here from Paulina Mashishi.
Yes, I think a nice recovery.
Gives it some flight in the block hole, and that's very well bowled. Anri Dirksen didn't have any time there to do anything really, as the ball just dipped and found that Yorker length.
Yes, in the block hole tends to be a go-to if you want to keep a batter quiet.
Definitely halfway through the over. Oh, this time a little bit of width, and really bowling very well to Anri Dirksen. She's changing up the way that she's bowling here. She's changing the pace, she's changing the flight and the line. As we saw the first two balls to Anri Dirksen quite straight, and the third one but outside the off stump. We see cover sweeper go out. Uses her feet, but she'll get it out to long on. Masabata Class just picking that one up as they go through for a single. One ball left in the over. Pavin, what do you think is crucial here in this last ball to Tasman Brits?
I think for me, try and induce some kind of shot, because it's been a relatively quiet over.
Yeah, definitely, and she goes. Oh, bowls it straight, and that'll be a dot to Taz. Paulina Mashishi will be very happy with that over. Just 2 from it. Very well bowled there from her. Her figures so far in her 3 overs, 25 runs. But I think she's bowled a little bit better than those figures show.
Yes, most definitely. I mean, as we saw in the last over, a better line, a little bit of variation, as you mentioned. And as much as the power play was about the Badgers, I'd say that the overs that have followed have been a little bit of a pullback by the Titans. That scoring rate is dipping a little bit down to 7.4. It was touching the heights of 10s and over at one point.
Yeah, it was. And the two people responsible for that, Mona Lisa Lechodi and Paulina Mashishi, as we see Lechodi in to Anri Dirksen. Just 3 fielders on the boundary on the leg side. She goes hard at it, and cow corner, Masabata Class coming through and just allowing a single to be taken there. So quick to the ball was Masabata Class. I think the Badgers would have been looking to take a double run there, but unable to. The Protea player quick to the ball in the outfield.
Yes, you definitely look for some sharp fielding here.
Lechodi to Brits. She goes hard, it's up. There's a chance, but it falls short of long on. Paulina Mashishi, a little bit of a fumble. They're looking for the second run, but she recovers nicely as she's just showing that the ball is bouncing a little bit unevenly here in the outfield. Yes,
might have deviated just a bit before it reached her. But as they say, never run on a misfield.
Yeah, that is true. Misfields are dangerous things. Cover comes into the ring for Anri Dirksen. Lechodi with a short third man in play and a deep backward square leg. She goes straight to a chance at a catch, but goes over the head of mid-wicket. Catherine Pryor takes a big jump up, but goes over her, and that races away for 4. Kaukona Masabata class. That was just hit too hard for her to cover the ground that she needed to. Robin still running across and giving a high five to Catherine Pryor for that effort.
A little bit too short there, allowing the batter to swivel, and planted one quickly through the leg side for 4.
Mona Lisa Lechodi, not the fastest, so she had time to get across. She goes short again, but this time picks out the fielder class at Cow Corner. They just go through for a single. 2 balls left in the over.
So, Jenna, with the predominantly leg side field, you would think that line and length is the correct way to go?
Yeah, I think the line is correct. The length just gives the batters a little bit too much time. Both of them are capable of clearing the boundary, and we saw that. But that's a good ball there as well from Mona Lisa Lechodi as it goes straight to the field. I think a good ball is any ball that goes to the fielder, no matter how hard it's hit or if it's mishit. That's a good ball, and I think Mona Lisa Lechodi is doing really well. She's bowling to her field.
Okay. So we're saying we're looking more for that in-between length.
Yeah, the length not too short, but not full either. As we know, Tasman Brits can hit through the line of the ball. As she plays that out to deep backward square. Gandhi Jafta just allowing them to get through for a single. Tasman Brits will be on strike for the 10th over. Yeah, she's on 49, just one to get to her half century. And it looks like Paulina Mashishi will come through and finish her spell here for the Fidelity Titans.
At 67 for 1 and into the 9th over, what would we say is a good score?
Oh, look, I think the Fidelity Titans have done really well after the power play now to restrict it. But we do know that both Tasman Brits and Henri Dirksen can explode. So I think they would be looking at 140 to get through the next 10 overs with a lot of intent. And Tasman Brits just rocking onto the back foot. Catherine Pryor out at cover sweeper, covers the ground really quickly. And that'll take Tasman Brits up to 50 runs. And that was a wonderful 50. She does her signature ballerina move there at the non-striker's end as she celebrates her 50. 50 off 26 deliveries. And it's potentially one of the fastest at provincial level.
Yes, those runs have come at a great clip. And they've come all around the park as well, so demonstrating a great range of shots.
She definitely does have a big range. Oh, tried to hit it too hard. Robin's still doing really well at mid-wicket to cut that one off. A little bit loose there from Mashishi as she goes, I think, a little bit too straight. The field is set for it.
I just think a lot is resting on Brits. If we look at what Nirvana did earlier.
Yeah, definitely. Going to try to go too hard again. This time Robin still making a little fumble at mid-wicket and unable to get the ball in for the potential run-up. They run out. They go through for a single. Tasman Brits on strike. She has 3 balls left in this over. And yeah, I think you're right, Pavin. There's a lot on her shoulders with the Sakya Niavani only getting 6 of 17. Quite a low strike rate. And Henri Dirksen now on 10 of 13 balls. Also not getting a strike rate over a run a ball. Brits picking out that fielder at cover sweeper. Catherine Pryor making no mistake there. Big arm from the long square boundary as they just go through for a single.
And as we see this innings progress, we might say that maybe Brits is playing a blinder. The other two that we've seen, other two batters have struggled to find timing on this pitch.
Yeah, they have. And Tasman Brits just... she's too good for provincial cricket, eh? She's very good at provincial cricket. And she's been scoring some runs at national level as well. And we see Henri Dirksen struggling there. And Tasman Brits did really well. She scored quite a lot of runs against New Zealand in the final T20. She scored 45 of 38, almost reaching that half-century mark. So she is a very good T20 player. As Henri Dirksen just finds the fielder, Gandhi Jafta, at extra cover for no run. she looks quite frustrated, lifting her head and smacking her pad with her bat.
Yes, I think Titans have been stringing together some decent deliveries in this last couple of overs. And as we know in this format, that if you're able to build just a little bit of pressure, you'll induce an aggressive shot. You'll induce some sort of out of the ordinary action from the batter, maybe dancing down the pitch, lofting over the top, and if we're lucky, we might get a reverse sweep or pedal.
Yeah, that would be very exciting, and even more exciting if one was successful and the next one was unsuccessful and a wicket did fall from it. Good balance is needed as Lahori continues from the West Lane end. And, driven hard through the covers. Annika Bosch on the boundary covers so much ground. What an athlete as she brings out the dive. That dive by Annie Dirksen, maybe not needed. But very good fielding on the boundary by Annika Bosch.
Well, I suppose you just got to make sure you stop that ball with a bit of flair on that occasion. Suppose that entertains us and the viewers. And in the end was effective because it stopped it from going for 4.
Yeah, entertainment is the name of the game at the moment. Goes up and over mid-off. Elizabeth Marks trying to get a hand to that but unable to. And that was really hit very hard by Tasman Brits. Straight over the head of Marks at mid-off for 4.
Yes, definitely no catch there. That was hit with some fierce power from Brits. A little bit of a attempted catch, but too quick.
Yeah, definitely too quick. She just takes one step to her right, Elizabeth Marks. She's correcting herself from the previous ball. Could have been an unbelievable catch if she had gotten hands to it. It was not to be though, and neither was that ball as Mona Lisa Lahori just runs through without releasing.
I would have feared for the safety of her hands. Such was the force of that shot.
Yeah, that one really definitely would have left a bruise. Goes across the line but finds Pryor at mid-wicket. Getting away with that shorter pitch delivery there was Lahori. As just wasn't timed too well there by Brits.
And despite the boundary, I sense a bit of frustration.
Oh, variation out the back of the hand, but Tasman Brits uses her feet and gets maximum for it. That was massive. That came into the stands here at Supersport Park. And wow, what a shot.
Yes, a lovely lofted shot. Clear the boundary with ease. And as I spoke of frustration, the pressure is released straight away.
Yeah, that is. And she's so good at that, just making something happen, Tasman Brits. Not allowing the bowlers to bowl to her, rather making sure that she's as attacking as possible.
And one thing I've sort of noted in watching this, it's quite dominant. It's quite assertive. Lots of power in the shots. Brits is very tall, has a lot of reach. And we've seen that Titans really would need to get this wicket pretty soon because it's Brits really that's taking this score along and keeping that rate in a good position around that 7.5, 7.7 mark.
Yeah, it really is the Brits show at the moment. And they've changed the field. Elizabeth Marks has dropped out to long off, long on. Cow corner and deep backward square with sweeper coming into the ring. Short third doing well there as it found a little bit of the outside half of the bat. Josephine Maswangane in to the team today in place of Lesedi from yesterday's starting lineup.
Yes, I think here we would just be... They would desperately want this wicket.
They'll be searching for it. One ball left in the 11th over. 2 full. Elizabeth Marks will cover ground but unable to stop that one. So it goes past it to the left. Robin Searle taking a big dive to the right at extra cover. But Tasman Brits so good at piercing the gaps here. And the outfield is quick, so that raced away for 4.
Yes, as we said, a lot hinging. I mean, if you look at the percentage, you've got 67 runs out of a total of 86 being made by Brits. So really carrying the innings, and Badgers would hope it will continue on, because if she's able to stay longer, this destructive trend is going to continue. As we found, Titans have been able to string some good balls in, but she's found a way to strike a boundary at least once in an over. And I think that will frustrate them a bit.
Yeah, it is definitely frustrating. But I think Annelie Dirksen is getting quite frustrated with herself at the other end too. So looking to bowl to her and attack her, put her under pressure to get her total a little bit higher and closer to the amount of balls. But we see Gandhi Jafta into the attack from the Henops River end. She bowled nicely yesterday. And yesterday we saw Janae Winster get a couple of wickets in the innings, and she's quite a big turner of the ball. So I was looking for Gandhi Jafta to come into the attack yesterday a lot sooner than she did, because she turns the ball a little bit more than Pauline Mashishi does. And she turned out to be quite successful yesterday. She bowled really nicely. She only bowled 2 overs, but her economy was 1.5 with 1 wicket to her name. And she actually brought about another wicket, a run out in her first over. So she is quite a big player. Oh, it's driven hard by Dirksen through the covers. Extra cover. Robin Searle had no chance there as she tried a big dive to her left, with the ball just getting through her there and went for 4. That's the release of pressure that Annelie Dirksen has been looking for.
Yes, most definitely. She's been predominantly off strike. There haven't been too many singles. There have been a lot of boundaries. That one, unfortunately, just bursting through the ends of covers. Struck too hard, I would say.
Yeah, definitely came off the bat really hard. As Jafta goes again, this time a little bit on the up, but beating Elizabeth Marks at mid-off, and that'll go for another 4. Annelie Dirksen seems to be finding herself a little bit more.
I think probably feeding off the confidence that Brits is giving off. That one they confidently struck just wide of that mid-off fielder and finding the boundary on that occasion, as the score moves along to 94 for 1 in 11.2 overs, I think at a rate of 8.3. So we were speaking of 140. If this continues, we may well get a lot more than that.
Yeah, definitely, with both batters firing the way that they are now as of this over. Yeah, a bigger total is definitely on the cards. Gandhi Jafta isn't bowling badly here. Annelie Dirksen is using her feet to get to the pitch of the ball and finding the gap. So I wouldn't say that she's played good shots of bad balls. They're definitely good shots of good balls so far in any case. But still 4 balls left in the Jafta over. And this time goes a little bit shorter. Picks out the fielder at deep backward square leg. Simone Lawrence picks that one up out on the boundary near the scoreboard. And they go through for a single. Tasman Brits on strike. 3 balls left in the over.
I think as we saw that single go down into the leg side, I think that would add a lot more pressure to the Titans if these boundaries are accompanied by a steady stream of singles as well.
Yeah, rotation of strike just allows both batters to get themselves in and get their eye in by facing more balls more often. And that is the danger here. Square leg comes into the ring and long off goes out. Goes on the reverse sweep and finds bat. This will race out. Josephine Maswangane is really quick across the ground as she comes across to the third man boundary from short 45. And the 2 batters go through for 2. Tasman Brits just finding gaps here. And with that reverse sweep, that's what you called for.
Yes, always great to see that ingenuity. A lot of batters these days seem to be able to do left and right. Just a couple of runs there.
Definitely creative from Tasman, but she uses her feet this time, and that goes very far. That hits the scoreboard. That was massive.
Giving the umpires some work there. That was struck fiercely, and as you mentioned, it went a long way. Fielders could just watch it sail over the rope into the scoreboard. And I suppose when you've got this type of power, why waste time with reverse sweeps and pedals? just hit it straight down
You know?
over the top.
And I was just about to say how good she is hitting the ball really hard. Why would she want to reverse sweep? But she's capable of doing it, so why not to throw the bowler off her line and length, which she there did. Outside the off stump was Gandhi Jafta, played the reverse sweep and forced Jafta to go straight down a little bit shorter, which gave her room to free the arms through that 6 ball. Better delivery there by Jafta as it's played out to long off. I'll just get the single, and that's the end of the 12th over. 104 for 1 with that 6 from Tasman Brits, bringing up the 100. And wow, what an over.
Very expensive over from Jafta. 18 runs being conceded. Brits definitely was not going to allow it to settle at all. And once again continuing their dominance that we've seen from ball 1 in this innings. Not afraid to take the aerial route because the power is there, the timing's there. Titans surely must be feeling a little anxious at this stage.
Yeah, definitely anxious. But Josephine Maswangane into the attack from the West Lane end. And she bowled really well against the Badgers 2 weekends ago. And she'll be looking to replicate that. Had the best economy out of the team. Not too sure of the numbers right now, but she'll be, I think, feeling a little bit nervous bowling to both batters who seem to be hitting the ball quite nicely now, but she's got a lot of nerve, and I think it's kind of a hit and miss here.
Yes, and I think what would add to that anxiety for Titans is going into their 3rd game with 2 losses prior.
Yeah, definitely, it does put them a little bit on the back foot. But knowing them and the way that they're led by both the management and coaching staff and the leadership on the team, Robin Saw and Gandhi Jafta, captain and vice captain, they're looking for positivity, and they can only go up. It can't really get worse. Yeah, but they don't want to find themselves in a losing streak, which is never ideal. But it's not over yet. So as Josephine Maswangane to Tasman Brits. Full, and Elizabeth Marks has to cover a lot of ground, and she does. A little bit of a slide to her left at long off. They go through for a single.
Great technique there at long off, getting the body behind the ball, making sure there's no chance of it popping out and trickling into the boundary. And that's how you, in a situation like this, back up your bowlers. Throw some fielders throwing themselves around really lifts the spirit in a situation like this.
Definitely is important to back each other up and be together. Annika Bosch putting a big dive to her right and cover sweeper area, but Henry Dirksen just hit that one way too hard for the Titans player to get behind it, and that's another 4 to Henry Dirksen.
Yes, this time the fielder could not stop it. Struck so beautifully all along the ground. Was given a little bit of air on that occasion and dismissed from her presence.
Yeah. Josephine Maswangane, still 4 balls left in the over. She needs to stay calm, go back to what she's good at. But this time she bowls it too high. That's called a no ball, but it's played out to the leg side. It goes high and it goes far, and that's 6 plus the no ball, 7 runs to it. That is not what Josephine Maswangane was looking for.
Definitely must have slipped out the hand, maybe looking for a little bit of a magic delivery. Instead, it's a delivery that's above waist high and it gets dispatched.
Yeah, well taken care of there. Henry Dirksen just taking full advantage of that, swinging the hands through the ball with the cross bat. And a little bit of a top hedge, but she swung the bat hard enough for it to go all the way over the longer square boundary here at Supersport Park. From where we're sitting, the one to the right, the leg side of the batters from the West Lane end is about 5-10 meters longer than the one closer to the scoreboard. Full toss and hit hard. That free hit was taken care of as Henry Dirksen just slapped that through the covers for 4.
And that just adds to the woes here, because the free hit gets dispatched for 4 as well. The no ball had gone for 6 before. And with 3 balls in, and our bowler is under a ton of pressure.
Yeah, and Anri Dirksen took a little bit of time to get off the mark and to get going, but now that she's in, she's on 34 of 22 balls, and her strike rate has kind of accelerated quite a lot. So Maswangane finds the facilities now and bowls the ball into the wicket. She'll take a single there on that occasion. Much better bowled there by Maswangane.
We've sort of moved out of this lull in the scoring rate around about the 10th over, where it dipped to about 7.2. We're now on to a scoring rate of 9.6.
Two more balls left. Anri Dirksen goes hard. Robin still gets hands to it, but it bobbles out to Annika Bosch at a cover sweeper. They just go through for a single. A very good piece of fielding there by Searle.
And as it goes into 12.5, I'd say that the floodgates are definitely opening. A wicket is required urgently to pull this back.
Yeah, definitely, with both batters firing at 100% at the moment. Or a little bit mistimed, but she finds space and gets a 1 out, 2 long off. Elizabeth Marks getting a little bit of physio attention, perhaps to the hand, and she just picks that one up. They go through for 1. After the 13th over, 1, 2, 3 for 1.
Yes, scoring rate is climbing with each and every over, and I just think Titans have got to try something different. Maybe bring on a bowling change that is unexpected, or
yeah, and the Titans do decide to go back to their strike bowler, Elizabeth Marks, who's bowled 1 over for 17 runs. That one that she bowled second over of the day today. Went for a couple of runs. Tasman Brits just hit her all over. Missed her line, missed her length a little bit too much in that first over, but she's come back. Captain has turned to her. She's had a little bit of a break, time to think about what she did, and hopefully she can come back a little bit stronger and make something happen for the Fidelity Titans.
Most definitely, Jenna, in a situation like this, skipper's got to be quite active in advising bowlers on what would be the right areas to bowl in. Skipper would also be hoping that bowlers stick to their fields as well. And I suppose just keeping a positive attitude. I suppose believing that with each ball you deliver, you could get the wicket that's required.
Yeah, it is about belief, but when the batter is hitting the ball really cleanly and really taking you on and attacking you, it's difficult to believe in yourself. But that is sport, and that's how it goes. Marks goes to Dirksen. A slower ball, but too full outside the off stump and driven well by Dirksen through that extra cover region. And straight through extra cover and cover. And Lachodi takes a slow jog out to retrieve that ball all the way against the signposted boards that surround Supersport Park.
And the carnage continues. I think what's so wonderful about this partnership is how the two batters have fed off each other. It was first all the Brits show, and then Dirksen has sort of come in, feeding off their energy, and has really started to blossom as well. So dangerous times for Titans.
Dangerous. Yeah, dangerous. Anri Dirksen firing at 150 strike rate. This time goes on the legs, but it goes through to the keeper, Tebogo Macheke, and it's called a wide. It sounded like Dirksen got something on that, but the way it went through to the keeper, she must have hit the floor.
Yes, there was a bit of a sound, and when I saw the umpire's arms go out, was a little bit surprised.
Marks to Dirksen, looking for a comeback ball here. She goes a little bit down the leg again, and this time Dirksen finding bat on it and gets it fine. Josephine Maswangane unlucky and not able to cut that one off, as she was quite square at that fine leg region. Another 4 to Dirksen's names. She goes up to 40 of 25, and Elizabeth Marks is having a really difficult time today.
Yes, that one there straying too far into the pads, and when a batter is on 40, that's definitely a gift. A gifted boundary there. I think Marks is just got to find the right place to be.
Goes down the leg side again, and it's called wide. Dirksen not able to get any bat on that. Elizabeth Marks really struggling here. She's been one of the better, more economical and attacking bowlers for the Titans over the past 2 weekends. But today, just coming off second best, as she's only bowled 8 balls and 27 runs gone from it. With a bit of the inside half of the batter that goes out to mid-wicket. They go through for a single, and Marks will be happy with that. Happier with that. Maybe not happy.
That last delivery seems to be more of what is expected with this field set, where we've got a packed sort of boundary riders on the leg side. You've got your long on back and so on. And that one started a little bit wider outside the off stump and actually deviated inwards. So I think that's where she'd rather want to be than being too straight, which has been the case earlier in the over.
There's still 3 balls left from it. Cover sweeper goes out to Tasman Brits, but she goes across the line and bisects the fielder at cow corner. Annika Bosch not having a single chance. That was just hit too hard across the line by Tasman Brits. What a shot.
Absolutely wonderful shot through that leg side. There doesn't seem to be enough fielders to deal with both the power and the placement. She seems to have both in this innings, and that's so difficult to bowl to.
Oh, goes on the bouncer, and there's an edge. Elizabeth Marks gets the wicket of Tasman Brits. Tasman Brits not too sure that she got anything on it, as she was a little bit hesitant to walk. But umpire Macheke sticking her there. Good catch by Tebogo Macheke, who is the keeper for the Fidelity Titans. But Elizabeth Marks with the breakthrough of this partnership.
Yes, the hand went up, and as we know, their decision is final. Well-directed bouncer, though. A lot of pace in it. Nice height as well. And as we watch Brits walk off for wonderfully played 82, that was a great delivery to get a set batter out.
Yeah, it was. And Elizabeth Marks was struggling, and I think it was really brave to decide to go for that bouncer. As the previous ball, she was too short of a length and got pulled away to the leg side. So that was quite a brave bouncer, as there was potential for that to go very far. But I suppose it couldn't get any worse. And Elizabeth Marks is really struggling. We see her with hands on knees there in the team huddle. Yeah, her body language is not looking too good. I think both Tasman Brits and Anri Dirksen were kind of feeding off of Elizabeth Marks' body language. She's really struggled so far today, but that breakthrough hopefully lifts her up a little bit and puts some confidence in her, so that she can come back, because she is one of the main leaders in this team and she needs to lead by example.
Yes, definitely. You obviously don't want to see sort of the hands on hips and so on, but I think that bouncer, just we spoke of bravery. I do think it was brave. Sometimes when bowlers are being smacked around as they have been, they could go in their shells, but I think she went for an aggressive option and it paid off in the end.
Yeah, it definitely did pay off. And that's that fire that she does have in her. So I'm glad that it came out and that it was successful. But to the crease, Julia Hall, she batted really nice yesterday. Quite a mature innings. She got 46 or 53 with 7 fours and 6. And she'll be looking to find herself a little bit here. So we have square leg out on the boundary, cow corner, long on and cover sweeper. And Elizabeth Marks with just 1 ball left in the over to Hall. Runs in and gets the dot ball. I think that's what she needed to finish off the over. Well bowled in the end, the last 2 deliveries. She really came back nicely. And with the new batter at the crease, who is in form. She's scored a couple of weekends ago as well against the Titans. She is good. She plays quite a mature style of batting. The way she goes about her innings is very calm. She looks for gaps. She doesn't take too many risks. She does play the reverse sweep quite well, so they will be looking to plug that option off the spinners. But Mona Lisa Lachodi back into the attack. So far, she's bowled 3 overs for 28. She's bowled quite nicely, bowled to her field, and the shots that have been played against her have been good shots. So she'll be looking to have a decent economy here.
Yes, most definitely. I think with Julia Hall coming in, they would definitely want to have taking more of the strike.
Into Dirksen, throws hands, and that'll go for 4 through point and short third man. And Mona Lisa Lachodi just too short and too wide there.
Yes, and I just think as we see that beautiful cut shot from Dirksen, where you've got 2 set batters and you've had an established partnership as we've seen, the remaining partner can simply pick up where the partnership had left off, and we're seeing that here. How Titans would love to have Dirksen out here as well.
Yeah, but Dirksen's not showing any sign of stopping or slowing down. So she's looking quite aggressive. Lachodi in. This time a bit straighter, finding Gandhi Jafta at square leg for no run.
And Dirksen has played so well for that 45 sedate start, but then really started to open up, and as we enter the latter half of this innings, we're definitely going to see more of it if she does stay in.
She is on 49 of 28, and that'll bring up her 50. She gets a single out to long on Catherine Pryor doing the work. 50 up for Anu Dirksen, and she'll be really, really happy with that, coming back from a broken finger. She played really nicely, as you said, Pavan. Slow in the start, but came back really well, and getting that 50 off a strike rate of 170-ish. Yeah, definitely a different wicket that we saw yesterday, with the ball being quite too paced pitch, but goes wide, and Julia Hall unable to get that off and out of the inner ring.
And we've actually arrived at that 140 which we spoke about in the 15th over. So I think that Badgers can definitely be quite ambitious from here.
They definitely can. Looking to dominate here as a dot ball for Hall. Which goes out to Mashishi at mid-wicket. Just starving Dirksen of the strike is key here in the next couple of overs, just to make sure that she doesn't get any, so that when she does get struck, she tries and forces something. So Lachodi to Hall, she goes high. Catherine Pryor under the ball but drops it, and she had to cover quite a lot of ground running forward, but unable to hold onto it in the end. That would have been a chance to break through this Badgers batting lineup. But Titans unable to hold on to it. At the end of the 15th over, 144 for 2.
Yes, most definitely oohs and ahs from the crowd, but as we know, catches diving forward are not quite so easy. And with the score, we have a commentary change as I am joined by Takalani. Welcome back, Takalani.
Thank you, Pavan, and good afternoon. Good morning, rather. Looks like it's afternoon already. It's very hot in here in Centurion Supersport Park today.
Yes, agreed. It's been a little bit hotter for the Titans with the score at 144 for 2. It's been dominated by the batters so far. Let's see if the Titans bowlers can make a comeback.
Yeah. Oh, what a shot. Swept that down the leg side. It's going to go to the boundary though. They come back for 2. Beautiful shot indeed.
Yes, a little bit of ingenuity there. Just to find the gap and to get a 2 to start off the over.
That was Gandhi Jafta bowling from the Henops River end. Big shout there, but the umpire is not interested.
That reverse sweep being attempted again. This time the ball a little bit too quick, striking the pad, but umpire not quite interested. Probably would be outside the line from the looks of it.
Jafta again. Yeah, it's very packed offside field there, Pavin. You've got backward point, extra cover, and mid-off, and third man on the offside. This time down the leg side for just one run.
Yes, I think Julia Hall really needs to look to get off the strike, I suppose, at this stage. Give the more established Dirksen the bulk of the strike. She is the one who has been in superb touch, finding the gaps, hitting the boundary regularly.
Gandhi Jafta. Good shot down the leg side for 4.
Bisecting those two fielders in the leg side. And it seems that no matter how many fielders Titans have down on the boundary, the Badgers seem to be finding the 4s.
Yeah, and that's 50 for Annery Dixon. A beautiful 50 indeed after Tasman Brits scored her 50 earlier on, and the Badgers are on the charge here on 151 for 2 from 16 overs. 4 overs to go right now. High up in the air, can it be taken? No, it won't, and it's gone for 6. Good shot from Annery Dixon. And the Badgers are on the charge here, putting pressure onto the bowling of the Titans here, Pavin.
Most definitely, Dirksen really just picking up where that partnership had left off with Brits. That one a little bit too wide outside the off stump and lofted through the offside for 6, just over the rope.
Yeah, Gandhi Jafta has bowled just 2 overs and she's gone for 34 runs without any wicket. That's good batting by the Badgers. How many do you think the Badgers might be looking to score here today with 4 overs to go?
Well, to be honest, looking at our current rate, which is 9.8, and they've been consistently just under their 10 to the over, you would think 190 or more from where they are now, and especially if Dirksen stays in for a little bit longer. If not, they would hope right up until the end. Danger signs definitely for Titans. They've got to try and find a way to get Dirksen, open up another end. We've seen that Julia Hall has struggled early on.
Mona Lisa Lekhodi to continue.
Just bunted down to that long on fielder for single. And Dirksen back on strike. I think that's the key part here, is that she's back on strike for 5 deliveries this over.
That's very interesting how she will go about this one.
That was struck beautifully through the covers. Like a tracer bullet. There was just no chance. Fielders didn't move at all.
Yeah, no fielder move there. What a shot from Annery Dixon, and it goes to the boundary for 4.
The score progresses to 160 for 2. And
I was thinking 170, Pavin might be the score, but like you said, I think 185, 190, the Badgers will be looking to score that one.
That one's forced down. Nice sound of the bat, but just a single too long off. Yes, I think our expectations of this total have been changing as this innings has gone on, and it speaks to how well the Badgers have batted. They simply keep on getting those big overs. better delivery from Maswangane, just guided into the covers by Hall. No run there. Julia Hall really needs to avoid getting trapped on one end.
That's true. Josephina Maswangane to continue her second over. Well placed, but couldn't find the gap. Cover, do the fielding there, and they didn't score any run.
Titans won't mind this at all, having Julia Hall on strike. Not yet finding the timing or the placement as yet.
Yeah, she just need to. This time around, she plays it on the leg side, and they will run just one and give the strike to Annery Dixon, and that's the end of the over. Josephina Maswangane's over is completed, and we'll see who will be taking the 17th over here from the Titan side, and the Badgers continue to do well here, Pavel.
Yes, I think a little bit of relief in those last deliveries for Titans, the rate dipping slightly. Julia Hall is on strike again, and I think they would hope to keep her on strike because as the new batter, she hasn't quite found a rhythm as yet. Just guided into the covers there. Good delivery from Gandhi Jafta first up. Yes, Hall definitely struggling. She needs to take a single and possibly get Dirksen on strike early in the over. Oh, that one was missed. A little bit of extra bounce on that one.
Yeah, she definitely have to give the strike to Annery Dixon here. The Titans are doing well, not giving her any opportunity to move away from the strike. This is good captaincy by Robin Seal. Big shout there for LBW, but the umpire is not interested. Again, good bowling by Gandhi Jafta.
Yes, definitely attempted reverse sweep there, not quite panning out. Striking the pad now for the second time. I do think that Julia Hall needs to just look to rotate strike rather than look for boundaries here.
Yeah. Exactly that. We saw Annery Dixon have a chat with Julia Hall a ball before, just to say, listen, just take one, and then give me the opportunity to face most of the deliveries, and that's exactly what she does there, Pavel.
Yes, it's a lot better, but certainly they would have hoped it would be earlier in the over. We're into the fourth ball. We've passed the fourth ball of this over, and I do think that Dirksen maybe will look to wield the long handle on these last two deliveries.
This time, Annery Dixon plays on the leg side. They will just take a single and let Julia Hall face the last delivery of the over.
Yes, that one struck hard, but slightly uppishly, falling short of that long on fielder. Another sort of sedate and quiet over in this last five.
Again, Julia Hall take a single, and that means she will first face the next over. This is exactly what the Titans want, isn't it?
Most definitely. I think from these last two overs being quite quiet, we've seen the common factor being Julia Hall on strike. So from the Badgers end, they would hope that she's able to either strike the boundary early or rotate the strike early. But definitely can't afford to, at this stage of the innings, be consuming dot balls.
Yeah, it's 165 for 2 after 18 overs. That means we've got 12 deliveries to go, and Josephina Maswangane will be bowling the penultimate over. She has gone for 26 runs in her 2 overs that she's bowled today.
Yes, it is a bit of a late comeback here from the Titans. That run rate not really climbing at this stage. It's sort of dipping slightly.
Yeah, it's actually Masabata to bowl the Masabata class to bowl the penultimate over here for the Titans, coming from the West Lane end, and she will be bowling to Julia Hall, exactly what the Titans want. Quick single. Oh, good shy of the stumps there. Can they come back for the second one? No, they won't. Good running between the wickets from Junior Hall and Aneri Dixon. She has to take the single first ball of the over.
Yes, most definitely. Just dropped with soft hands into the covers and then scampered through. As we had discussed, it would be advantageous to have Dirksen on strike for the bulk of the over, especially considering that the bowler that's done the best for Titans, which is Masabata Class, with 3.1 overs, 1 for 14, is coming back in.
Yeah, she has done well, Masabata Class, showing her experience, showing her quality. She's been away on national duty, and she come back here playing her debut match for the Titans and showing her quality today, bowling 3 overs and just for 14 runs so far.
There's a bit of a hurdle there. There seems to be a bit of injury
to Aneri Dixon, yes.
Actually, to the Titans keeper, I suspect.
Yeah.
And obviously, she had dived that previous delivery to try and collect the return throw. But good to see that the hurdle sort of disperses, which means
Macheke is okay.
We're ready to resume.
Yeah. 11 deliveries to go in this innings, 166 for 2. Aneri Dixon on 64 and Julia Hall on 9 from 17 deliveries. We're looking at the Badgers scoring maybe 175, maybe 180, and Pavin thinks 190 is possible in this pitch.
Yes, ever the optimist. With just 2 overs to go, I'm backing the Badgers to strike a lot of boundaries here, especially with Dirksen on strike for 5 balls in this over. Masabata Class really needs to find the right area to bowl in, and bowl predominantly, you would think, straight with the 3 fielders back on the leg side boundary.
Yeah, she will be bowling to Aneri Dixon, who's well set on 64.
Guided nicely into the leg side, and that will run away for 4.
Yeah, good placement there. Aneri Dixon on the leg side, and the ball rolls to the boundary for 4.
And that to me has really been what has characterized this innings. Regardless of where Titans have bowled, regardless of how the field has been set, Badgers have just found ways to find that boundary, and they found it consistently. And the score, the total at this stage, 170 up, speaks to that. That's a very healthy total.
Yeah, Aneri Dixon continuing where Tasmin Brits left earlier on, scoring boundaries with ease. Shouldn't be any run on the offside from Aneri Dixon, and the score remains on 174-2. Masabata Class midway through her overs, she's left with 3 deliveries, and she have conceded 18 runs so far from her 3.3 over. 3.3 overs.
Wiped into the leg side, and that should bisect the 2 fielders. That goes for 4.
What a shot, fine leg, deep square leg, couldn't fail that one, and it goes to the boundary for 4. Aneri Dixon on the charge here, and the Badgers move to 174 for 2 after 18.4 overs.
Yes, there's that wonderful placement we've been speaking about. It isn't just all power, it's also timing and placement. As Dirksen moves on to 72. Dangerous signs for Titans with Dirksen on strike.
Yeah, 2 deliveries to go for Masabata Class in the over, coming from the West Lane end.
Struck so hard, Julia Hall needed to take evasive action. Otherwise, she may well have travelled with that ball down to long on.
It was hit hard there by Annery Dixon. Almost took Julia Hall's shoulder there with that shot, but she managed to duck underneath that one, and they just went for just one run.
And with one ball to go in this 19th over, you would think that Julia Hall is licensed to
score a boundary, yes. So that Annery Dixon can keep the strike from the other end. That's good thinking.
Struck hard down to long on once again, single, and most importantly, Dirksen is not on strike in the final over.
Yeah, maybe Annery Dixon trust Julia Hall this time around. Is the last over of the innings, and you expect any opportunity given now, whether it's Julia Hall or Annery Dixon, to try and score a boundary. And the Badgers are 176 for 2 after 19 overs.
Yes, into this final over, Marks really needs to find the right place to bowl. She came back well to get Brits out in her third over. Titans will be hoping she's able to back that up with something a bit more economical, maybe keep Badgers under that 190.
Yeah.
That would be a good result. Julia Hall, you would think, just needs to free the arms in this over.
Yeah. Marks bowling from the Henops River and last over of the innings.
Beautifully swept.
Yeah. Oh, down the leg side for 4. Good shot there. She beat square leg boundary for a beautiful 4 there. Good start from Julia Hall. We spoke about an opportunity to score boundary, and she did exactly that, being the last over of the innings.
Yes, a little bit full on the pads from Marks and sort of swept away into the leg side for 4. That takes our total through to 180 for 2 with 5 balls to go.
This time on the offside, they run for the single side, the stumps. But she was in already. It's Annery Dixon looking to face the strike this time around from Max, who's bowling the last over of the Titans.
And when you're in this kind of form, you're definitely desperate to get onto strike, as we saw Dirksen diving in to complete that single. And with 4 balls to go, Dirksen would be looking to take a heavy toll on these 4 deliveries.
Target that 190 that you've been very positive about, Pavan.
Yes.
Hoist down the leg side. It would before. No, it won't. It's not going to be a boundary, and they can only take a single. But that was a good shot from Annery Dixon. But the fielder there at mid-wicket boundary managed to stop that one, and they only went for just 1 run.
Nice work there from Marks. Straight on the stumps, not really allowing Dirksen that full swing. And that one's taken. And that will be the end of Julia Hall.
Yeah, it has to come.
She's gone.
Alice Marie Max managed to get a wicket here of Julia Hall for 15 runs. But in the end, this is good batting from the Badgers on 182 for 2. And they've lost the 3rd wicket.
Yes, indeed. This has been quite a good over from Marks, though.
Yeah.
The wicket falling now on the 4th delivery with not much damage done.
Yeah, only 1 boundary, first delivery of the over, and the next 2 were just single. So she have only conceded 6 runs before the wicket here, Pavan.
So it would seem that the 190 is a dream of mine and not to be. With just the 2 balls to go.
Yeah.
As we see Andrews walking in to face the last 2 deliveries. And of course, Takalani, when you're coming out with just 2 to face, I suppose the message is very clear.
Just hit the ball out of the ground.
Most definitely. So we can expect to see a freeing of the arms on this last two deliveries. The one time coach might say you don't necessarily need to stick to forward defensives and so on.
So just try to hit the ball. Michaela Andrews is the new batter in, and she will be facing Max's last two deliveries of the over, which is going to be the last two balls of the innings from the Titans. Hit long, can it be taken? Yes! What a catch down the long on.
Beautiful catch.
Yeah,
Beautiful
and
catch.
they've lost the fourth wicket, the Badgers.
So this is actually quite a good over, this one, yes. Second wicket going down. Batter is hanging around, but we have seen it has been given out.
Yeah.
It has been given out. That looked like a clean catch, diving forward at Longan. Beautifully done.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good catch in the end. And Michaela Andrews just waited there to see if the umpire will be giving that one out. But the umpire did exactly that. And she has faced just one delivery from Max. And yeah, I think, like you said, Pavin, that 190 mark we have been speaking about, I don't think they will be able to achieve it. But still, 182 is a very good score in this pitch.
Most definitely. So, albeit that the 190 predicted is not going to come true, 180 is a massive score. As we see Kayakazi Mate come to the crease. And not really an enviable position to be in, just facing the one ball.
Hat-trick ball. Let's see if Max can get that magic hat-trick here. Last delivery of the over, 182 for 4. And she will be bowling from Henop's River End to Mate. Last delivery of the innings. Edged. No, it went straight to the keeper and they didn't take a run. That's the end of the innings. The Badgers are 182 for 4. And that's the full 20 overs bowled by the Titans. Is this a good score, Pavan?
Yes, most definitely. Just to look at the hat-trick ball, it was the perfect ball. Full, straight, very close to those stumps. But in the end, Titans will be happy that the last over did not cost much. But 180 batting first on this pitch, considering how bowler-friendly it was yesterday.
Yeah.
In the 50-over match, where just 130 was scored by Titans batting first. I think they'll be very, very happy. I do think that Badgers have given themselves a great chance here with what is an above-par score. Titans definitely are going to have to come out hard in that power play. Definitely look to have a very positive outlook.
Yeah, good innings by the Badgers, like you said, 182 for 4, and the Titans will be looking for 183. Good innings by Tasman Brits and Annery Dixon here, and we'll be taking a short break and then see you in a bit.
Good morning and welcome back to Supersport Park in Centurion, Gauteng, South Africa. You are listening on CSA's YouTube channel, and we're bringing you live coverage and commentary from Pitch Vision and YouTube. My name is Jenna Sill and I'm joined by Takalani.
Good morning once again, Jenna. The Badgers finished on 182 for 4, and the Fidelity Titans women need 183 to win the match. Do you think, is it possible, Jenna? Do you think they can do it today?
Look, I think anything is possible. It was done by the Badgers, so it can be done by the Titans as well. I think scoreboard pressure is definitely a thing, and there's a lot of pressure on the board when the score is this big. This is probably one of the biggest scores that provincial cricket in South Africa, women's cricket, has possibly ever seen. So Tasman Brits and Annie Dirksen, the main run scorers in the Badgers innings, did really well to keep the intensity up. And Pavan was saying, our other colleague here to my right was saying that the start is going to be so important here for the Titans.
First power play, it will be interesting to see how the Titans, Robin Sill and Anneke Bosch will be facing the first deliveries here today.
Yeah, and starting with the first over from the West Lane end, Michaela Andrews into the attack. She bowled really well yesterday up front. She was very economical, and she'll be looking to do something similar. Protea player and debutant yesterday, so T20 debut for the Titans today. Anneke Bosch on strike, and she gets off the mark. First ball, as she gets a single through to mid-wicket. Tabitha Lagrange, who's quite good in the field. We saw her quite active yesterday. Really quick to the ball and pick up and throw is quite quick. So that single was definitely on, but a little bit risky. As Robin Searle, captain of the Fidelity Titans, finds herself on strike. We have a slip in play as well as a gully, third man, packed cover field, and no one at square leg. Michaela Andrews yesterday with figures of 7 overs for 13 runs. So she bowled really economically yesterday, as we see her just dot one out to Robin Searle.
Yeah, good start from Michaela Andrews. The first delivery went for 1, second one for dot. Robin Sill, your sister, Jenna, facing the strike here today.
Yeah, she puts a lot of time and effort into her cricket. She spent the winter in the Irish summer, and she got a lot of runs under her belt. So she's coming back to South Africa and looking to score something similar, as she hits through the line really nicely into the covers. But the very athletic Tasman Brits in the field at extra cover, making no mistake there.
Yeah, again, you spoke about the packed cover region or offside field. Robin Sill couldn't find the gap there, but it was a good shot, just that she couldn't find the gap.
Michaela Andrews really disciplined in her lines and lengths, as Robin takes a quick single in the covers, but Anneke Bosch quick through as the throw went to the keepers in. Mika Derrida collecting it and breaking the stumps, but Bosch well through the crease by that stage.
Yeah, good intensity shown here by Robin Sill and her partner. Just quickly run for a single. If you can't score a boundary, keep rotating the strike, and I'm sure that will be the message from the Titans dressing room.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the Titans bowled lots of bad balls, and we see something similar. 2 full and 2 straight there. Anneke Bosch just dispatching that over the mid-wicket region. That'll race away for 4, and that's why she's at the top of the order today. We have seen previously the Titans have opened with Simone Lawrence and Robin Searle, and perhaps the little bit extra experience at the top of the order with Anneke Bosch, and pushing Simone Lawrence a little bit further down the order, to maybe come in at the end and explode a little bit, because we know she has such a wonderful clean swing, and the way that she goes about her cricket is really unique and exciting. But the experience at the top of the order in Anneke Bosch, I think, is going to work for the Titans. It has so far. Goes into the covers, finds a little bit of a gap, but well fielded by Sake Niavane at mid-off. They get through for a single. That's the end of the first over, 7 from it. and they've achieved obviously that rate of 7. They're looking for a required rate of 9.3, and the Titans really need to be careful that they don't allow that run rate to drop too much.
Yeah, they have to keep the intensity going. 9.3, it's a big ask. I think Robin Seal, the skipper, she has to lead from the front and trying to anchor these innings and go as deep as possible. You never know, like you said, anything is possible in this format of the game. The Badgers did it. I'm sure the Titans can do it as well.
Yeah, definitely. It is not impossible, and they'll really be looking to get on with it out in the middle here at Supersport Park. See Kayakazi Mate, fast bowler from the Badgers, from the Henops River end. She bowled just 3 overs yesterday, got into a spot of bother with an economy of 7.64. So she went for 23. Struggled a little bit to find her line and length yesterday, but coming out quite nice and strong with a good start here today. That first ball giving Annika Bosch a little bit too much room to free the hands, but well fielded in the covers for no run.
Yeah, the Badgers still maintaining the 7-2 field. You've got mid-wicket and mid-on, nobody at the boundary.
Oh, well bowled, nice and tight on that off-stump line, and a little bit slower, so changing up the pace of her deliveries here is Kayakazi Mate, and well bowled, deserving of that dot ball.
Good start, Kayakazi Mate, like you mentioned. What do you think of this field, Jenna? 7-2 field, packed offside.
Yeah, it's quite attacking with the slip and the gully in play. But we saw it work for the Badgers yesterday as Annika Bosch just runs past that one a little bit, tries to swing maybe too hard. We saw a brilliant catch by Janae Winster in the second over to take Simone Lawrence yesterday. She just threw her right hand out. It was unbelievable. So I think they're looking to get something similar. An early wicket here by one of these two experienced Titans batters will set them up for a victory. But the Titans need to make sure that they're able to capitalize on the bad balls. And with such an aggressive attacking field, it does leave gaps. She goes across the line. It goes out to a vacant square leg region. They go through for a single. Mika Derrida, the keeper, just taking a glove off and doing the work there in the field.
Yeah, good over so far from Kayakazi Mate. You spoke about her bowling, good line, good length. We spoke about the field, 7-2 field. It's a very packed offside with the slip in and the gully in catching position. It will be one of the Badgers' important thing to do here to try get early wickets in the power play.
Robin Searle just fishing outside that off-stump line, but unable to make contact there. So it goes through to the keeper for no run. A little bit hopeful, a little bit risky there, Robin Searle. I think she needs to go at the line, at the length.
Yeah, and it's good to see that Mate is bowling to Harefield. I mean, that was a very good delivery, and we saw Robin Searle there just went fishing onto that one. This is good bowling from Kayakazi Mate, and that's a good start.
Cover goes out, cover sweeper in play now, and looking to get a gap there. Robin steps across, and I don't think it will be called a wide because of the movement from the Titans batter. It is called a bye, but Mate did well to adjust her line, and Robin Searle just asking the umpire Macheke whether or not that was a wide, but because she did shift over, the wide line moves with the batter.
That's 100%.
Yeah, so that's the end of the second over. Just 2 from it, so the total is 9 for the Fidelity Titans. Bosch on 7, Robin Searle on 1. Still 174 to win.
Yeah, good bowling from Kayakazi Mate. We spoke about the run rate, 9.3. And if you're going to bowl like that and only concede 2 in the over, in the power play, you're really putting the Titans batters under a lot of pressure earlier on. I think now they need to try and do something different in this over here, the third over.
Michaela Andrews in again. Robin Searle goes with a straight bat, but finds Tasman Brits at extra cover. And Robin Searle looking a little bit frustrated that she can't get through that offside field. Her role in this partnership I would imagine would be to rotate the strike as much as possible. She must be feeling a little bit stuck. Andrews in. Oh, good shot, but very well fielded at mid on Kayakazi Mate. Big dive to the right. It was hit hard by Searle, but a wonderful fielding display here. They were so good in the field yesterday with the Badgers, and that just shows exactly what they've been doing. They struggled a little bit in the field 2 weekends ago, did the Badgers, but they really look to have gone back to the drawing board and come back stronger in the field, as we saw yesterday and so far in the start today.
Yeah, good stop there by Mate, supporting her bowler, Michaela Andrews, putting pressure on the two Titans opening batters here. We spoke about the run rate, and I can tell you now, if they continue like this, that's where wickets will come from.
Definitely building pressure, as that one is in the block hole to Annika Bosch, and just squeezed out of that Yorker length, and Annika does well to get back behind that. Dot balls in T20s are so crucial, because they do build pressure.
A lot of pressure, more especially if you're chasing 182.
Yeah, 100%. Bosch goes hard into the covers, but Tasman Brits so good there at extra cover. Covers about 5 meters before she goes in that long barrier position and stops that ball.
Yeah, earlier on with Pavin, we were talking about the energy level from the Titans fielding team. I think now the Badgers are right onto the money. They are really supporting their bowlers here. They're stopping everything. The Titans are looking to score boundaries, trying to find the gaps, but this is good fielding here by the Badgers.
Andrews, 2 balls left in the over. To Bosch goes on the slower ball, but it's short and wide. Brilliant fielding in the covers. Caroline Rhodes diving to the left, and Annika Bosch would have been looking for that boundary option, and that was it. But unbelievable fielding by the Badgers.
Yeah, good shot, good fielding there, and that's good cricket all round. This is quality stuff that we're watching here from both sides. Michaela Andrews and Kayakazi Mate putting pressure onto the Titans batting lineup, and their fielders really supporting them equally good. This is fantastic to watch.
Searle tries to go on the lap, but the ball just crashes into that front pad, and umpire Yuri Snyman just sticks her there. That's the 3rd time in a row that she's been dismissed by LBW, and she'll be really disappointed with that. She was trying to create something, trying to create another scoring option by getting across the line and trying to get that over the fine leg region. And had it been successful, it would have created maybe a little bit of relief for the Titans. But that's the end of the captain, and Gandhi Jafta to the crease.
Yeah, good start here by the Badgers. They put the 2 batters under a lot of pressure, and something have to happen. They needed to do something, and unfortunately, Robin Searle lose her wicket. And that's not a good start here by the Titans, chasing 182.
Yeah, I think the idea behind it was really great. They weren't able to score runs after the 7 runs in that first over. The next 2 just going for 4 runs. 2 apiece, and I think it was good creativity and the right idea to try and go for that lap shot, but just the execution in the end failing her a little bit. And that's the end of the 3rd over. 11 for 1, Bosch on 8, and Jafta, the new batter, at the crease. Kayakazi Mate will continue from the Hinops River end,
and she have only conceded just 1 run in her first over. This is really quality bowling considering the format of the game. It's T20. You expect the batters to go after her, but she's done well so far for her side.
For Bosch, we see that long on and long off have been put out onto the boundary, so that 3rd man position that was on the boundary has been pulled up and put into square leg. So Michaela Andrews and Julia Hall in slip and gully respectively. Mate in for the first ball of her 2nd over. Oh, Bosch edges. And it's taken by keeper Mika Derrida. Annika Bosch sitting on her knees and really hesitant to walk back to the dugout. But well bowled by Kaya Kazimate. Umpire Macheke sticks you need to walk.
Yeah, good start, Kaya Kazimate. Good start, the Badgers. And Bosch lost their wicket for 8 runs from 10 delivery. And the Badgers rather are really bowling here. The Titans are 11 runs for 2 wickets in the third over. This is good start by the Badgers.
Yeah, seeing the back of the Protea player Annika Bosch will be exciting for the Badgers, knowing that they're well into the Titans batting lineup. Even though the batting lineup is long, I do think and feel like this target of 183 is getting further and further away from them.
Yeah. Elise Marimax, the new batter coming in at 4. She's a good player.
Yeah, she has been successful the last couple of weekends, especially against the Badgers. She scored 100 2 weekends ago in the 50 over, and then had a little cameo in the 20 as well. But she was dropped a few times to score that 100 in Oudtshoorn. But this fielding effort that the Badgers have shown yesterday and today, that she won't be given as many chances as she was.
Yeah, some quality cricket here that we are witnessing today from the Badgers. They've been bowling well, they batted well earlier on, and their fielding also. We have seen the players diving around on the field, stopping some beautiful shots that were played by Robin Thiel and Bosch earlier on. This is good cricket by the Badgers.
Oh, and she goes hard and high, first up, and she gets dropped at long off. Asake Niavane under the ball there, struggling to hang on to it, but Marks looks confident to go for the big shot straight off the mark.
Yeah, and after losing 2 wickets, Marks there going for that one, long on boundary, couldn't take the catch, and they managed to come back for 2 runs.
You have to question the decision making here, I think. Yeah. 2 wickets have just fallen, 2 new batters at the crease. Why would you try and clear the boundary?
100%.
I think getting the single on the ground to those straight fielders would have been the better option. Mate goes wide outside the off stump and Jafta throws hands at it. But had she left that one potentially a wide? The Titans looking to go hard up front and are not able to execute so far. Oh, a little bit airborne, but finds a gap between point and gully, and Julia Hall does a big chase. She moves quickly across the field, but she's unable to retrieve the ball before it crosses over the boundary rope. And that's 4 to Gandhi Jafta, gets her off the mark.
Yeah, first boundary of the Titans so far from Gandhi Jafta, thick outside edge, and it went to the boundary for 4. Let's see how Gandhi Jafta and Max continue after losing 2 wickets. We were surprised with the shot that Max played that one earlier on. It would have been a catch and the Titans would have been in trouble. But like they said, if you're under pressure, you have to do something different. And that's what the Titans are doing now.
That 4 wasn't pretty, but it did the job. Jafta goes again hard at that outside the off-stump line and finds the outside edge, but it flies over the head of Michaela Andrews, who had a big jump up, but was unable to get anything on that. Gandhi Jafta living on the edge.
Yeah, living on the edge, really. First slip there was in business, but lucky for Gandhi Jafta, it was a bit high, and then it managed to go to the boundary for 4. I don't think the Titans will mind how they come right now. As long as it's boundaries, they will take them, Jenna.
Yeah, 100% boundaries are boundaries. And the execution has to happen. The process, doesn't matter what the process is, as long as the outcome is runs. She goes hard, this time off the full toss, on the ground, out to long, off for a single. That's the end of the 4th over, 21 for 2, with Marks on 1, and Gandhi Jafta contributing a little bit more to this partnership of 10.
Yeah, good start by the Badgers. 21 for 2 inside the power play. It's really a good start. That run rate will keep climbing. We spoke about it earlier on, chasing 182. The average score in our domestic women's cricket in T20, you will be looking at 140, 130 in and around there. But 182, it's a massive score. And the Titans have already lost 2 wickets. That of their captain, Robin Seal, and also Anneke Bosch.
Here we see a change in bowlers here from the Western end. Janae Winster into the attack. She was really good yesterday in her 7 overs, 2 wickets for just 13 runs. And I think the thing that stands out for me there is the dot balls. 35 dot balls in her 7 overs. As she goes to Gandhi Jafta, tosses it up. Jafta gets hard. There's a fumble in the offside. And Gandhi Jafta managing to go through for a single. Good piece of fielding, but in the end it did hit the body and ricochet about 2 or 3 meters away. So the single was on.
Yeah, I think she stopped a certain boundary there. It was hit hard by Gandhi Jafta from the skipper's bowling. And like we said, the Badgers are really fielding well here today.
Winster to marks, crashes into the pads, and there's a little bit of a shout, but umpire is not interested in that at all.
Yeah, the skipper there giving that one a bit of flight, and then the umpire was not interested, like you said.
Goes again to marks, gives a lot of flight. That's a big full toss, and Elizabeth Marks just not hitting through it as well as she would have liked to, and it finds Tasman Brits cow corner. They get through for a single.
Yeah, I think Marks there looking for square leg boundary. There is really nobody there. There is no fine leg. There is no fielder at the square leg boundary. So anything that passed the umpire, it's a certain boundary.
Yeah, 100%. Gandhi Jafta going up. Tasman Brits was in that cow corner position, but it was too far for her to get there. One bounce and finds the safe hands of the Protea player. They go through for a single, 24 for 2. Still 2 balls left in the 5th over. Marks goes up. The ball's up. Julia Hall sticks a hand out. And I don't know how she caught that, but she did. Talking about outcome rather than processes, that was quite dodgy. But she managed to hang on to it in the end. And Elizabeth Marks just trying to go too hard, lifting her head up and not clearing that inner ring.
Yeah, that's what pressure can do. Julia Hall wanted one-handed catch. I thought at some point she has lost that one, but she managed to grab that one in the last second, really. That was a good catch, and we spoke about the Badgers fielding, and this is just an example of how they've been doing well on the field, and the Titans have lost their 3rd wicket for just 24 runs.
Yeah, Elizabeth Marks just walking off the field quite slowly, and she'll be disappointed with that. She didn't have a good day with the ball at all. She was quite expensive, but I would have hoped that she would have come in with the batting and pulled something out of the bag for the Titans, but she was unable to do so in the end. Masabata Class now onto the field. She batted quite nicely yesterday. She scored 39 of 43 and then decided to take on the boundary fielders and try to clear the head of long on, and was unable to do so. She got caught in the end. But she batted so nicely, so if she can hold the innings together here with Gandhi Jafta, and if they can get themselves in and then look to score big, I definitely don't think it's over for the Titans just yet.
It's definitely not over yet. They've lost 3 wickets, but if they can just manage maybe to consolidate for the next 2-3 overs, see how the wicket is doing, and then maybe from there start to hit boundaries. You spoke about Class that she have to give strike to Gandhi so that they can try and put the bowlers under pressure, because at this stage the skipper and Mate and Andrews are really doing well for the Badgers.
Yeah, they are nice and aggressive, attacking bowling, and they're bowling to their fields. Short and defended by a Class for no run down the wicket. That's the end of the 5th over, 24 for 3. with Jafta on 11 and Masabata Class yet to get off the mark.
What a start. What a start by the Badgers bowling. The Titans are under a lot of pressure right now. 24 for 3, chasing 182. One of the big scores in our domestic T20 cricket here for the women. Like, this is really, really big challenge for the Titans.
Yeah, it is, and there's a lot of scoreboard pressure for the team in the sky blue. As Kayakazi Mate will continue from the Henop River end. She's bowled really well. 2 overs, 1 wicket for 11. And the 2 boundaries in the previous over quite flashy from Gandhi Jafta. 2 outside edges. She finds the outside edge again. Big appeal there. And Mika Derrida with the catch with the gloves. Gandhi Jafta not really too happy to walk. Perhaps feeling like she didn't get any bat on that. But umpire Macheke sticking her, and as we said with Annika Bosch, umpire sticks you, you've got to walk.
Yeah, it looks like the Titans batters today are not really interested in walking. They are so hesitant, but Gandhi Jafta there getting an edge onto that one according to the umpire, and she have to go. And the Titans still on 24 for 4 rather, and this was a good delivery from Kayakazi Mate, and this is trouble now for the Titans, Jenna.
Yeah, this definitely does look and feel like trouble for the Sky Blues. Tebogo Macheke comes in to the crease. She got 13 of 17 yesterday against the Badgers. And she runs really well between the wickets. But she went off on a suspect no ball yesterday. She was caught by Yolandi Seyman at short 45. That was a little bit of a questionable decision by the umpires, but in the end they did not call it as a no ball. She did have to walk off the field. So she'll be looking to come back and rectify that decision to play that shot in the air that she did yesterday.
Yeah, the Badgers on the charge. The Titans have lost 4 wickets already, chasing 182. Yeah, this is now a big mountain to climb for the Titans.
Mate in to Macheke, swings hard outside the off stump, but doesn't make any connection there. Mate's bowled really nicely. From her 14 balls, 11 runs and 2 wickets. With 2 flashy boundaries from Gandhi Jafta in the previous over that were really good balls. Especially the one that went over Michaela Andrews' head at slip. Ball goes hard into the covers, but Caroline Rhodes at cover makes no mistake there. Takes a shy at the bowler's end, but Masabata Class well in her crease.
A lot of clapping and chatting from the Badgers side. I think they can do that. They've been bowling well. They batted well earlier on. They are fielding very well. They've stopped some few boundaries.
Mate halfway through over. Tebogo Macheke goes hard on the straight drive, but Tasman Brits stopping that one at extra cover for no run. 2 balls left in the over. The score 24 for 4. No runs so far in Mate's over from the Henop River end. She'll be looking to close off this over with 2 more dots. That'll really put the Titans into a spot of pressure. That's one of them as it goes out to point. Henri Dirksen making no mistake there, collecting that off 1 bounce.
Yeah, this is very good bowling from Kayakazi Mate. No run has been scored so far in the over. And we saw Tebogo Macheke trying to score, but it's been very difficult for the Titans.
Oh, wraps her on the pads. Not much of a shot there from Mate, but Macheke looking to play straighter as she corrects herself in her shot. That's the end of the 6th over, 24 for 4, and there'll be a bit of a commentary change.
see that one defended through. I've slid into the hot seat alongside my colleague Takalani to take you through the balance of the overs in this innings. That one is struck hard down the ground for just a single. Takalani, it's been carnage in this power play.
Yeah, the Badgers has really bowled well, Pavin. Kazi Mate in particular, she's been giving away nothing really to the Titans batters. She has been getting wickets. They've struggled to score any runs from her bowling, and the skipper also have been doing well.
Winster continues and induces that outside half of the bat into the offside. And just as you and I are carrying the innings through, Titans would hope that these two can carry the innings further on.
Yeah, they have to try and consolidate from here.
Beautiful shot through the onside for 4.
Yeah, it was a bit of a chance there at square leg. I think the fielder at square leg was a bit interested in taking a catch, but it went to the boundary for 4.
Yes, it was struck beautifully. No chance there. Hands going up more in hope than in any real chance of taking that catch. Mistimed that on that occasion. Winster has been good as well in support of Mate.
Yeah, all the bowlers really for the Badgers have been very good. It looks like they are a happy side.
That's gone straight through. Looking to play the pull shot through the onside. And that will be the end of class.
Yeah, another one bites the dust. The skipper getting a wicket there of Masabata class. We spoke about pressure. We spoke about the Titans getting this game maybe deep, but it looks like the Badgers have got another ideas about how things will go here today. Keep getting wickets all the time. It doesn't matter who's bowling. Michaela Andrews, Mate also, now the skipper getting the 5th wicket for the Titans. This is good bowling by the Badgers here today.
Most definitely, in great fielding, apart from that one missed chance that we saw in the power play. Half the side is out now for just 29 runs. And you'd have to say troubling times for the Titans.
Yeah, this is indeed troubled times for the Titans. Not sure how they will go about their business from here. They've lost some experienced players already. Anna-Mary Max, the skipper, Robin Sale herself, Masabata class who have played for the Proteas women, and the Titans right now. They've got a big Kilimanjaro to climb here, Pavin.
Yes, that's an understatement. More in Everest at this stage. Looking at the situation, I think it's a very difficult one, not just because of the wickets going down, but also the required rate keeps climbing with each over. It's now sitting at 11.8 required to the over. That one struck nicely through, but just fielded in the covers, and that's really been the story of this innings. It hasn't quite got going.
Yeah, I think the issue with the Titans is they've been trying to hit the ball too hard. We saw when the Badgers were batting only Tasmin Brits and the other batter, Annery Dixon, were really trying to hit the ball too hard. The rest were trying to manipulate the gaps, take singles here and there. But with the Titans, it looks like they didn't have any platform or any way of how they're going to deal with these innings, and that's why we're seeing them struggling. Robin Sell, she's a very good batter rather. Anna-Marie Max is also very good. Class also, they are good, but they've been struggling.
Upish, but beats the inner ring. Will just yield a single. But yes, I think conversely, I would say the bowling performance has definitely been a lot better, because Titans had given quite a lot of loose deliveries early on that got Brits off to a flying start.
Yeah, definitely. The Badgers bowling has been really good. Michaela Andrews, Kayakazi Mate, and Janae Winster, the skipper. They've been doing well for their side.
Edged and put down.
Oh, what a chance there to get the 6th wicket from the Badgers there. I think they should have taken that one, but they missed that opportunity at first slip to get that catch.
Yes, Mate still posing questions to the batters in the 8th over. And unfortunately, that one pops out the gloves.
Yeah, it popped up the glove of the wicket keeper there.
Lovely shot through the onside, over the infield for 4.
Yeah, shot of the innings from the Titans so far. Simone Lawrence plays that one well on the leg side for 4. Pass square leg rather to the boundary. That's a good shot from the Titans batter.
I think rubs salt in the wounds, having had the catch put down on the previous delivery and then conceding the boundary the next. Mate just needs to stick to the basics, the basics that have served us so well so far.
Yeah, that's true, Pavin. They have to stick to the plan. They've been doing well.
Wide call there. That one, too much of an overcompensation for that delivery down the leg side. It was smacked for 4. And with the required rate climbing to over 12 and over, Titans really need to balance up that need for partnership with quick scoring. Struck beautifully there through the onside. They'll get a couple here. Should get a couple. Oh, it's kept down to just the single.
I think they should have got 2 there. There was an opportunity maybe to test the arm from the Titans batters, more especially when you're struggling at 34 for 5. You have to take any opportunity given to take the run, to try and take this game as deep as possible.
Yes, no doubt, Takalani. You can't leave runs out there in the field in this sort of situation. Lovely shot through the covers, but just fielded it long off.
Yeah, again, the Titans are struggling to score boundaries here, and we have seen some good captaincy from Janae Winster, good placement of the field position. We saw earlier on when they were opening the batting at the Titans, there were some good stops in the inner ring, and so far so good for the Badgers. Everything seems to be going well. Some good chatting on the field, some good clapping, motivating each other. This is good cricket all round. We saw good batting, Tasman Brits. We saw now good fielding, Kayakazi Mate, the bowler, doing very well here for their side.
Yes, can't dispute that. It's been a perfect performance, from putting up that big total of 180 now to having a dream sort of power play, as we see Winster back in for a 3rd over. Looked up and just struck nicely down the ground, and it beats the fielder for 4. Long off running in, could not stop that one.
Yeah, what a shot there. Masabata class down the ground for 4. Winster hasn't gone for too many in her 2 overs. She's gone just for 8, but that one was a very, very good shot from Masabata class. We spoke about her innings yesterday in the 50-over game, that she's really a quality batter, and she will be looking to score more runs here for the Titans.
Over the infield and running to the cover boundary for 4. Lovely shot once again from Masabata class. I think these boundaries are going to lift the spirits a little bit for the Titans.
Yeah, we spoke earlier on, me and you, on commentary, how it was difficult to bat in this pitch earlier on. Maybe the sun has baked it, and then now it's starting to come onto the bat nicely. We saw some good quality shot now from Masabata class.
Once again through the onside this time. 4 more.
Masabata class on the charge here, Pavin, doing well for the Titans.
We mentioned it was troubling times. Masabata class has not taken heed of those troubling times. She's come out positively.
Yeah, she's looked like she's batting in a different pitch. We saw how the Titans batters were struggling, but she's hitting the ball nicely 2 boundaries on the offside and the previous one on the leg side, all around the wicket.
Winster continues. This time gets a better result with the dot. Just defended into the leg side. And even though Badgers have done really well up until this point, one would think they need to just stick to their disciplines. They can't let Titans off the hook here.
Yeah, definitely.
Leading edge. Fielded at point. Yes, and just building on that point, when you've got opposition 5 down, you'd want to press on, not once again into the onside, not allow them to slip away, or to give you too much of a challenge in the remaining overs.
Yeah, this is so far. Yeah, that's the end of the over. Good innings to Janae Winster's over after conceding 4 boundaries in the first 3 deliveries of her over. Good comeback here, Pavan. She did well.
Yes, good latter stage of that over.
Yeah.
And good result for the Titans. They just need to find a way to shift the momentum. It's been all one-way traffic thus far in terms of overs not yielding enough runs and then wickets falling at regular intervals. A lot rests on this pair to try and build a partnership, but also keep the rate, bring that required rate a little bit down, because it is quite high still at 12.2 to the over.
Yeah, it's a big ask for the Titans batters after losing 5 wickets before you can even reach 10 overs to talk about 183 to win the match at 49 for 5. I think it's a really, really big ask here for the Titans, as we see bowling change here for the Badgers. Tabitha Lagrange, the new bowler.
Nice start from Tabitha Lagrange. Straight, full and on the stumps. Lawrence can just defend there to one back. Lagrange has got a wonderful run up.
Yeah.
Nice pace through.
She's
and
a
nice
tall
delivery.
bowler also.
Lovely shot straight down. The long on fielder does the cleaning up, and that will just be a single.
Yeah, Simone Lawrence can bat. She can play, definitely. I saw a beautiful 100 that she scored against the Lions in one day Cricket South Africa One Day Cup in Johannesburg, where she scored a very good matured innings century for her side.
Yes, as the 50 comes up for the Titans, they will definitely take 100 from her in this situation. Full guided between those two fielders. They'll get a single backward of that fielder in the offside.
Yeah, again, we spoke about running earlier on. If you run the first one hard, you should be able to take a second run here. And I think the Titans are missing some opportunity to try and score some runs here, where they're taking ones instead of 2. Pavan, they've got opportunities here.
As that one's defended down to long off, I think they would be a little bit cautious being 5 down, so maybe looking to play it a little bit safer unless the 2 is obviously available. I think not a bad idea, because a run out would be the last thing they would need at this stage.
Definitely. When you've got Simone Lawrence and Masabata class batting.
Nice fifth ball from Lagrange. Has definitely stuck to a nice line in length, and it's always a big ask for a bowler to come in and follow up the great work that we've seen so far from Mate and Winster in particular.
Yeah, you spoke about the discipline, and that's one thing that Tabitha is doing right now in this over. She has just gone for 3 runs following on her skipper's work. Also, some of the good bowling that we saw from Michaela Andrews.
Planamus beats the keeper as well. Fielder should do the tidying up there. Keeps it down to a single. At 52 for 5 in 10 overs, we would still say Titans very, very far behind the game.
Yeah, very, very far, Pavin. Very, very far.
And you're looking at a required rate of now 13 to the over. So that's the dual challenge that they've got is half the side is out. So they can't necessarily afford to lose too many more wickets.
Yeah.
But the issue here is in the shortened format that if you eat up deliveries, that required rate tends to start climbing.
Yeah, that's true.
And as those deliveries get less, that rate gets higher and higher.
And the pressure also keep mounting. You're now looking at the scoreboard each and every delivery. And that's not what the Titans want right now. But the Badgers are on top here. And they are in charge of this inning so far.
Yes, for Titans, some big overs are required from here. His Winster continues. Actually, correction, Rhodes.
Yeah.
Rhodes is actually into ball first over. That one tossed up outside the off stump and just hiked into the leg side for a single. I think where you've got a required rate of in excess of 13, you can afford to loop the ball up as a spinner.
Yeah.
And that's what Rhodes has done.
Yeah.
A little bit short and once again played into the onside just for a single. I think boundary is hard to come by at this stage.
The Titans are hitting the ball straight to the fielders. And that has been the hallmark of this inning so far, the bowling of the Badgers.
Really taking the pace off there. A lot of flight. Batters really need to generate all of the pace. And as we saw, they shot down to long off for a single.
Yeah, the batters have to time the ball well to score a boundary, and the captain also, the fielding positions.
Upish, but a single once again. So I think what is good is a little bit of strike rotation, but they need to possibly look to get a boundary of this last ball.
Yeah, the challenge now, Pavin, is that even if you can rotate the strike, like you mentioned, the run rate keeps climbing up, and then you're eating up the deliveries.
Dragged a little short, but once again, single into the onside. We move along to 59 for 5 after 11. And that required rate is just skyrocketing.
Skyrocketing every dot ball, every single you can play. The run rate keeps climbing up. And the two batters, Masabata Class and Simone Lawrence, have to do something here. This is a key partnership for the Titans. I think from now on, they need to start scoring maybe a boundary for over, and then from there, let's see when they reach the 15th over how they can do about approaching the 182, which is a massive total.
Yes, agreed, Takalani. You've got to try and take the chase deep. See if you've got some wickets in hand as the bowler steams in. It looks to be an inside edge onto the pad. And once again, Lagrange is backing up that wonderful first over that you bowled with a nice straightish line.
Yeah, fielder spread all over here. You've got third man inside the circle, backward point, deep cover, and extra cover, deep mid off, long on, mid wicket, square leg, and deep mid wicket.
Defended nicely to long on for the single. And I think just looking at where the game stands at this stage, I think Titans will be quite disappointed to have replied to such a massive total in this way.
Yeah.
When Badgers had better, there were boundaries aplenty, big partnerships. Once again, that lovely straight line from Lagrange really bustling in nicely and hitting the right line and length. That's been key. And I think that's just been the hallmark of their bowling so far, has just been keeping it simple, keeping in the right places, bowling to the field that has been set.
I was very impressed with how the Badgers were batting. Tasman Brits and Annery Dixon.
Struck hard straight down the ground, but will not bisect the long on and long off. Single once more.
Yeah, the Badgers went about their business so nicely. They did understand how they should go about the innings. If it was not there for some of the batters, Asake Nyovane, we saw her rotating the strike, giving most of the ball to Tasman Brits to score boundaries. And I think that's what was lacking from the Titans side today.
Beautifully played through the covers, but Apish, but just a single once again. So Titans really finding the fielders throughout the over.
Yeah, it's all down to good captaincy and bowling to your field. Janae Winster, the skipper, knows exactly what she's looking for from her bowlers, and the bowlers are executing that exactly. And all the opportunities now, they are really running away from the Titans batters because they are not scoring boundaries.
Apish, and that will go for 6. That's the boundary we spoke about, Takalani.
Yeah, good shot mid-wicket, and it's gone all the way for 6. Maybe this one, Pavan, will break the shackles a little bit for the Titans. We'll start to see some more boundaries coming in, but that was a very, very good shot there.
Yes, Lawrence has really got to open up here. Or actually, Class has done so. And we speak of momentum shift.
Yeah.
And one would hope, or Titans would hope, that this is the beginning of a strong partnership to take them somewhere closer to that target.
Yeah, 12 overs gone, 68 for 5, and Masabata Class on 26, and Simone Lawrence on 12. And I'm sure the run rate keeps climbing to over 13 runs now to the over.
That one striking the pads there, nice and full from Rhodes, but definitely sliding down the leg side, so no shout on that occasion. Looped up again and induces that leading edge, but doesn't carry to any of those fielders in the ring. Top edge and taken. Beautifully done by Rhodes. She had been tossing it up, getting the ball to bite a little bit, forcing the batters to sort of force the pace to try and score boundaries, and the 6th one goes down.
Yeah, Harolyn Rhodes there, she's been tossing up her first 2 deliveries of the over, kind of copying and pasting really. And the 3rd one, Simone Lawrence, just get a top edge there to the fielder at kind of 45, and then it was Titans 6th wicket, deep trouble here, 68 for 6.
Yes, most definitely the woes continue as Simone Lawrence crosses the boundary line. And we see Pryor coming to the crease. It's actually quite difficult to sort of strategize a way forward where 6 wickets are down and your run rate required is 15.3.
Yeah, it's really difficult. It's going to be difficult for the Titans. I don't see them coming back from here now. You've got your number 8 batsman coming in, Catherine Pryor. You have lost already 6 wickets and you are just 68 runs to the innings. And the bowling for the Badgers has been fantastic today. The fielding also, and not forgetting the captaincy here, Pavan. She's been very good. It's Winster. She's been placing the fielders in correct positions, and the bowlers have responded by bowling well here.
Defended once again, and yes, couldn't agree more. Takalani, it's been the perfect fielding display from the Badgers. A little bit short. Knocked into the onside for a single. The rate steadily moving upwards, now touching 16.
And look at that. I mean, Rhodes have only conceded just one run in this over.
That one was a full toss, but unable to do much with it last, just a single.
Yeah, and good stop at the boundary by the long-on fielder there to try and protect that ball to go for 4. Again, Harolyn Rhodes looping those kind of deliveries, kind of a full tosses. And that's how she got a wicket. You spoke about it earlier on, that you can't blame her. They've lost already many wickets. They've got 182 on the board. She can afford to do that.
Yes, agreed. With the situation as it is, the spinner has that luxury to toss it up, really look to see if the pitch has anything in it for them, and also take the pace off, because from seeing the way the batters have struggled to get the ball away, that lack of pace has really taken its toll. As we see Lagrange back into the attack. Upish, but safe in the end.
Yeah, Lagrange has really bowled well. Yeah, you spoke about following what the opening bowlers and the skipper have done, and she's done that already. She's gone for just 13 runs in their first 2.1 over. This is quality cricket from the Badger side all round here, Pavin. Fielding, batting, bowling.
Played into the onside just for a single once again. And as we see that sort of tame single go through, I think Badgers have carried that positivity from their batting performance definitely into the field. We've seen quite an aggressive bowling display, a disciplined one. Apart from the one drop catch, we've seen great fielding. And I just think they haven't taken the foot off the accelerator from the moment Brits got away early on in that first innings when they batted. That one's guided, but no single there.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the Badgers managed to do well today. They put pressure on the Titans bowling earlier on, and even here when they're bowling early on, we saw how Robin Sale was struggling to get the ball away, how the Titans were struggling to score the boundary, and they haven't put the foot off the paddle yet. They still continue with that mentality.
Oh, inside edge there. Should yield just a single once again. And so we're seeing a lot of singles, but not the much needed boundaries.
Yeah. And the singles, unfortunately, Pavin, they won't hurt the Badgers right now. They wouldn't mind the Titans to take singles at this stage. That means they are in control, complete control of the situation and the innings, and they will be happy to take a W in this game.
Full once again, this time just too long off for a single. And as that, I've got to mention, as we've been mentioning very often, this run rate is going to astronomical heights at this stage. We're looking at a run rate that may touch 18 and beyond.
Yeah. And I mean, you can see the Titans are hitting the ball straight to the fielders. This is good captaincy here. This is really good captaincy by the Badgers.
And I just think, as much as even if we do feel that a positive result for Titans is out the window, I think they should look to challenge. As that one's defended down. Tight single here, but they'll make it home in the end. I think as much as we might say that a winning result is maybe beyond Titans from the situation they're in currently, they should at least try to challenge.
Yeah, at least show some fight, you know. Like you mentioned, and we saw a slight miscommunication there from the batters trying to steal that single, but they managed to get it comfortably in the end. And Lagrange rather has conceded 16 runs in their first 3 overs so far, and the Titans are 74 for 6.
Yes, we look to see a little bit more fight in this last 6 overs. As Rhodes continues into a 3rd over. A little bit too straight on this occasion, swept but it will just yield a single. As we've mentioned, the Badgers bowlers just sticking to the field, sticking to the plan, and
yeah, prior there should have targeted the fine leg boundary, fine leg inside the circle.
tossed up once again, advancing down the track, but single down to long off.
Yeah, again straight to the fielder. I think she should be targeting extra cover. There is no fielder at the boundary.
Looped up, but again that lack of pace telling, the timing not quite there. And I think one thing we haven't really seen from Titans has been no attempts at reverse sweeps or
Yes.
anything unorthodox.
Yeah, use of the feet.
Dragged short.
Oh.
Has she got the placement?
Yeah.
Yes, she has.
Ah, what a shot that one. We spoke about using the feet. I think she gave herself some room there. Still plays it well on the leg side through mid-wicket boundary for a beautiful, beautiful boundary for her side.
Yes, I think on that occasion, Class just using the crease, moving backwards, giving herself room to take a full strike through the onside for 4.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for, isn't it? Do something different. Put the bowlers under pressure because they've been finding it easy to bowl here.
That should be a no ball.
Yeah, that should be a no ball.
Yes, I think getting a little bit too ambitious with that flight might have also just slipped out the hand there.
Yeah, it's
from
very
Rhodes.
hot there. Maybe the hands are sweating a little bit. High in there. Can it be taken mid on? Yes.
But it was the free hit ball.
Oh, yes.
So, no real excitement there. Maybe possibly keep, not considering the boundary is
Yes.
exciting.
Yeah.
Better delivery there. And this should also just be a single down to long off. So we did see a free hit in the first innings.
Yeah.
On that occasion, a boundary was struck off the free hit. On this occasion, fortuitously for Badgers, it just resulted in a dot ball. And that sort of maybe even emphasizes how the day has gone for the two sides.
No,
the
that's
one
true.
is Badgers have seemingly got everything they would have looked for out of this game.
Yeah, the Badgers were able to capitalize on any opportunity given when they were batting. And we see here now the Badgers bowling lineup doing very well here, restricting the Titans to just 84 for 6.
That run rate is now touching 20 to the over, and you would think that unfortunately Takalani would be administering last rites here for Titans.
Yeah,
Is steered away, but just a dot ball on that occasion. And it's Winster that's back into the
coming
attack.
from the Henops River end. She was bowling from the West Lane end earlier on.
And it's just this lack of pace from the Badgers spinners that has really strangled Titans in the middle overs. Played down the ground with force, but once again, that famous single that we
We've been
keep calling through this innings.
And I love the intensity of the Badgers. You saw the Winster trying to field from their own bowling. They are not scared of throwing their bodies all over the field to try and protect the boundaries or singles. And this is good cricket by the Badgers.
Cut away, but misfield there. Just be a single. And yes, I think speaking of the positive body language, I suppose when you do have a team 86 for 6,
Definitely.
you'll have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
But in order to get the team to 86 for 6,
You
it
need
was
to-
that energy that got them
100%.
there.
I agree with you there, Pavin.
Played through. But does the fielding.
It will be interesting to see when last did the Titans score a boundary here.
It's been a long while.
Yeah.
Might have been a bit of pad on that, but definitely sliding down the leg side.
Yeah, that's the end of the over. And that's the 16 over, 4 overs to go in this match. And the Titans, Masabata Class and Pryor are looking to try and frustrate the Badgers, but it's going to be very difficult to get them frustrated. Yeah, they've done really well today.
Yes, definitely. You would think at near 25 to the over, we are looking at a game that is beyond the Titans. But I do think in this last 4 overs, they've got to try to score some boundaries, maybe get something out of it here at the death. Maybe
show some fight.
Especially from Class's point of view. Maybe look to even get a half century. She's batted reasonably well for 36. Maybe at a personal level get something out of this game.
Yeah. Yeah, Masabata Class is on 36.
Tossed up once again, and umpire struck. Unfortunately, unable to get out the way, and the stumps have been broken as well.
The new bowler is Chantal van Schoor.
Indeed, we're seeing once again another what looks to be quality spinner coming in. Lots of spin from the Garden Route Badgers. Van Schoor a lot flatter than the previous spinners that we've seen, Winster and Rhodes.
Yeah, the Titans are really struggling to get the spin bowlers away. Yeah, they are really, really struggling.
That one hooked into the onside and looked for a single, but there definitely wasn't one there. That delivery, that ball being struck quite hard. I just think also not having as struck hard. Long on will do the fielding as Class continues this vigil of 37 runs. I just think not having someone higher up the order, still batting and set at this stage is also hurting. Tossed up and eased wonderfully through into the leg side for another single.
Yeah, that's what you need to do in this format of the game. Pavin, have your top order in the last 16, 15 over, in the 15th over or 16th over. It's really, really a big asset. You can cause a lot of damage if you still have one of your top orders batting in the end.
All along the ground, lovely fielding. That one saved, and it will result in 2.
Yeah, she saved a certain boundary there, the long on fielder. We spoke about the energy level from the Badgers, and that's just an example of how they've been doing well today in this match.
And that's fantastic. That's what you'd like to see. Even though the game looks to be gone, you're still seeing good clinical stuff from Badgers. This time through the cover for a single. And they won't mind that with the required rate sitting at near 30. Anything that's not a boundary at this stage is of no use to the Titans.
Yeah, definitely. They won't mind that at the Badgers. They wouldn't mind the singles. And that's why they're still throwing their bodies around to try and protect that boundary. And you've been very strong on they should maintain that pressure. And this is just an example of how to go about your innings. The Badgers really today, they've done really, really well. And I'm very much impressed with their work here. And that's why the Titans are struggling on 92 for 6 after 17 overs.
Yes, they've been very clinical in this innings with both ball and in the field. At no stage did Titans get away The pressure was on from that first few overs in the power play, and the pressure has just kept building, and wickets have kept falling.
Yeah.
Straight, and the stumps, it cannons off the stumps. A bit of a ricochet, but no extra run conceded there as Class moves on to 41. And Takalani, I suppose, with the situation as it is, Titans in this tournament are looking at this stage like going down for a third time here in this season. Where do they need to, or will follow in the next delivery? Upish, and long off takes an easy catch.
Yeah, it's a good catch, good bowling. Tabitha Lagrange, she's got her first wicket in the match so far, and she has conceded just 17 runs. And Pryor lose their wicket there. Yeah, just to go back to your question, Pavin, I think the Titans now just need to go back to the drawing board. You've lost 3 matches already. They lost to the same team through Super Over. They've lost to the Lions. Now they are losing again to the Badgers. Go back to the drawing board. Try to find some solution. They've got players who can do the job for them. They've got quality players. Robin Sell, the skipper. Simone Lawrence. I spoke about one of the best innings I've seen from her against the Lions in the 50-over game. She can play. They've got players. They just need to connect those pieces into a winning team.
Yes, couldn't agree more there with that analysis, Takalani. Some changes possibly before the next game. And then also, I think maybe what would deflate them a little bit is they changed their approach in this game. They decided to field first.
Yes.
The previous couple of games they had batted first, and unfortunately the result the same. So maybe a change here or there, and maybe a change of luck here or there, maybe. And also maybe just a returning to basics.
Yeah.
Get back to basics and just have belief that the season can be turned around.
Definitely.
Lagrange once again continues hammering on that same line and length.
Yeah, and look at that fielding there. It's the third delivery of the over, and the Titans hasn't scored any run. This is what we've been talking about the whole day, Pavin. How the Badgers have managed to strangle the Titans batting today.
Most definitely. Straight line once again, and long off will do the fielding. And yes, I think as our rate has just gone beyond the range of mathematical possibility, I don't even, at this stage, 6 sixes per over won't do the job.
Yeah.
And that speaks to how decisive the Garden Route Badgers have been. Lagrange straight once again, this time into the onside for a single. And we're looking at quite a tame end to this innings. No boundaries, there haven't been boundaries for some time.
Yeah, we spoke about it. And this is due to quality bowling and bowling to the field.
Struck into covers there.
Yeah, just look at that. The ball was hit hard, but straight to the fielder. Yeah. And that's the end of the over, and which means it's end of Tabitha Lagrange's bowling today. She has bowled 4 overs, and she's went for 18 runs.
Yes, at 95 for 7 in the 18th over. This game very much closed out. We've going through the motions at this stage with 2 more overs to go, and a sort of ridiculous looking required rate of 44 to the over.
Masawata Class will be looking to score half century here.
That was a bit of a loosener. You could say it bounced twice. Maybe looking to bowl a bit of a variation that went wrong.
Yeah. Chantal van Schoor, the bowler.
Oh, in a maximum.
Where did that one come from, Masawata Class? He hit that well over mid-wicket for a 6. What a shot. And she moves to 48. That means she's 2 runs shy away from her half century. That was a good shot there, Pavin.
Definitely stepping to the pitch of the ball and allowing the arms to do the rest. And that 6 brings up the 100 for the Titans. And a few claps from the dugout.
Yeah.
That should be a no ball. Or not. It's that one was lofted very high. And the batter had to wait quite a bit of time before it reached to be able to play that into the onside. I think that wouldn't have been a no ball because it had dipped at the last moment.
Yeah.
Class on 49. Played nicely into the onside. That will be half century, shouldn't it not?
No, I think that was Mashishi facing the strike there. Now it's class.
Yes, and
Yes,
there's
and-
that single.
Yeah, and that's her 50. Well played, Masabata class. She came in when the Titans were under a lot of pressure. It was very difficult for them. And it's going to be difficult now to talk about winning the match. It's not going to happen. But well done, Masabata class. She's going to have 50 from 40 deliveries. Well played.
Yes, most definitely. And that's out. Stumped. Masabata class looking to send that one into orbit. But unfortunately misses it and drags the back leg out of the crease. And I think she has played really well considering the circumstance.
Yeah.
Coming in sort of when half the team were gone already. The rate was climbing. Unfortunately not able to change the result, but at some level offering some resistance against this strong march from the Garden Road Badgers.
Yeah, the Titans have lost their 8th wicket. It's actually Mashishi who has lost her wicket. She will be joined by Lehodi, and class is still on 50 with just a few deliveries to go in the innings. And like you said, that's well played there, Masabata class. The Titans were under a lot of pressure already when she came in, but she managed to hold her nerves and scored a beautiful half century for her own good.
Yes, I think as we see the new batter come to the crease, it's Lehodi who makes her way through.
Yeah, Mona Lisa Lehodi.
Looped up in a solid forward defensive.
Yeah, Rhodes has been looping those deliveries from the first time she came in. She's not scared to give the ball some sort of air there. But you mentioned earlier on, the team scored 182. At some point, they were 35 for 5. She can afford to do that.
Most definitely, you can be quite audacious as a bowling side when the result is guaranteed as it is here. Even if the last over were to all go for 6s, it still wouldn't change the result of the game. But I do think Titans, as we mentioned, have got to try and keep positive. I think shake off what's happened today. Look to rectify some of the weak areas that they've been.
Yeah, it's going to be the last ball of the match. Last ball.
Or last
over, rather.
That one goes through, pops through the hands, and goes for 4. Some late fireworks from the Titans.
Yeah, it was hit hard there by Masabata class through the mid-wicket region, and it goes to the boundary for 4. There was an attempt to catch that one, but she couldn't, and it's a boundary for the Titans.
Just short. Van Score really powers into the crease and delivers more of a flatter delivery than we've seen from the other spinners on display today.
Yeah, again, same shot from Masabata class, but this time around, this one couldn't go to the boundary.
Defended into the cover region. No run on that occasion. Our score ambles along to 110 for 8 with 3 balls to go in the innings.
Yep.
Upish drops short. And yes, I think as we look to just 2 more deliveries in this innings.
Yeah, the Badgers have done well. The Titans.
Straight on the ground and bisects those fielders. It goes all the way for 6.
Yeah, Masawata class showing her class here in the back end of the innings, back end of the match. Hitting that one straight down the ground for a beautiful, beautiful 6 to move aside to 117 runs for 8.
Sraka, then that will be the end of this match, Takalani.
Yeah, that's it. The Badgers are the winners for the Titans is to go back to the drawing board after losing first 3 matches. The Titans win, the Badgers rather win their second match. They've played against the same side. They won through the second over, and this was their second match, and they managed to win it again.
Yes, great result from the Garden Road Badgers to beat the Titans at home. And just to cap off, it was the Garden Road Badgers who scored that mammoth 182 earlier on, led very much by Brits with that fantastic 82 and backed up by the bowlers in the second half with some fantastic bowling from the 3 spinners, Winster, Rhodes and Van Score. Mate as well, doing very well.
She bowled
in the
well.
power play, taking 2 for 19. And as we see the players walk off, we encourage you to subscribe to the CSA YouTube channel, streaming via that platform, also via Pitch Vision. And that will be the end of our telecast. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful afternoon.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bye-bye to all.